All right, guys, how's it going out there? This is Donna coming to you for Pinku Style Massage Japan. Got my guy Carlos Lopez here. Episode 20 here. I was going to go by myself, but if my analytics are saying that it's better when I have a guest here because, you know, it's just better to have somebody else here. So just getting right to it. I've been away a little bit because you guys seen I moved to a new shop that some of you guys have seen, and I'll bring it up here a little bit later, talk about that a little bit more. This is probably going to be one of the last, maybe 2 more podcasts here before I'm out of here, and then all the stuff you see right here is going to go. So I got a dedicated podcast room. I don't have to set up and break down every time. It's going to be full up. You know, it's going to be a lot better. It's just a dedicated studio, soundproof, and different things like that. So everything's going on, moving up. So that the shop, the podcast center is going to be at the new shop. So just getting right into my guest here. Again, just to put it straight out there, guys. You know, guys, I'm really straight up about, you know, how I do things, how I operate. And Carlos here is one of my first initial personal investors into my company. Asked me many times, and I was like, nah, I'm good. And then eventually got to a point where I had to swallow my pride and take that loan. And just for the guys out there looking to get started, man, definitely look at people who are around you first before you try to go to banks and stuff like that. Banks don't know you personally. You know, me and Carlos got to know each other working together. And, you know, I'm gonna have all my other investors on here. But again, everything that you kind of see with Pinku Star right now, the place I'm at right now is part and due to Carlos and a few other handful of other guys that really believed in my goal and my mission, and they've seen everything unfold and things like that. So definitely, you know, look for stuff like that. So without further ado, again, it's Carlos right here. Introduce yourself a little bit. Talk about, you know.
I'm Carlos. I'm an old 36-year-old man. 36. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah. I've been in Japan for since 2002. Yeah. Was in the Air Force. Was crew chief. Did 4 years. I said, I'm done with this. This is garbage. Well, no, not really, but. It's just, you know, you
ain't gotta look at the camera either, man. Like
I did my job, and I was like, all right, cool, this is cool and all, but what caught me on the scene was the car thing. It was like the whole back in the day, Hachinohe, you know, when it was all laxed and all that. Everybody
bring it in front of you.
Yeah, back when it was all laxed and everything back in the day. You know, you go out there and see all the street racing and whatnot. I always loved cars and street racing. The VIP, of course, the Hispanic side got to me, the whole low rider thing, and then I saw VIP cars and all that, and so I got into the VIP car thing a lot. Yeah. And then but I always had this niche for race cars, and I met DJ. I met him at the Cubic, right? Yeah, Cubic. Cubic.
I seen you around like before that, and then you know, like most people on base, man, you just kind of see people, you don't know how they are, so you just let them do their thing, and then like eventually you meet people, and then like you become like, I mean, we click right away because it was the cars, and then technology. You found out we was into like the same stuff, man. And it was like, you know, most guys are in the either or, and we both like tech. You know, I think I've noticed most car guys, I don't know what it is, and most people in the cars like are in the tech.
Yeah, like because cars start evolving into tech. You know, there's that time, but. Ever since I was young, I was always into cars. Like the first thing I did, I think it was like 8 or 7. Like the first import that I remember was my Uncle Gilbert. He had this tricked out Hispanic Celica. You know, of course, you know, his Puerto Rican people, they put flags on everything. So they have flags. They have flags like all over the car. All these switches.
Yeah, all the Puerto Rican guys. You can tell them basically they got that Puerto Rican and the Filipino, man. Like you know who they are, man. They got something on their body or something on their car. They got the little Puerto Rican flag hanging from the mirror. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't think you ain't have one on yours though.
No, I did for a little bit, but I was like, yo, man, I got to shout because I had the whole Japanese thing. I had the whole, the whole knot.
Yeah, man. So back when you're in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
So like when you were back there, were you doing any car stuff back there?
Yeah. Back in Cleveland, it was always cars. It was I always hung out and did car stuff, and my uncles, they always, you know, backyard mechanics, and of course take a car, you know, do engine swaps. I remember my dad put the big Deuce was it Oldsmobile? He put an Oldsmobile engine. He dropped it inside a 80s Camaro. So everything, so cars always revolved around me, like my family. Everybody's always in the car. I don't know, it's just something with Hispanic people and cars and spray paint. I don't know.
Yeah, man. It's for me, like most guys know, I got into it from like Gran Turismo, and I got around a few guys that were in the I got a job or whatever. It's just like, you meet people, and they had like the initial stuff and everything. But the as far as that, like, I mean, then like you said, the VIP stuff. Like, when did you start getting into the what was your first car when you got here to Masawa? Your very first. Well, how many cars have you had, man? Between your,
I'm gonna tell you this, man.
So the candy store, man.
So I was a diehard Chevy, GM, American Muscle, or if it ain't American, it ain't nothing,
Yeah.
Then I got here, and then it was like, Skyline, Skyline this, Skyline that.
Yeah.
I'm like, Skyline. And then I start going on races. I see what kind of power these, inline six is putting down. I'm like, you crazy? That's putting down 600.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah. And then I was like, And then you heard that. I was like, sold. Yeah. So I got really around the racing, thing. But my first car in Japan, of course, like probably about 80% of the car guys was in Japan. My first car was a Honda Integra. It was a Honda Integra. Wasn't stick.
Or was it automatic?
It was automatic. I wanted stick, but at the time,
was it the front wheel drive or the all wheel drive one?
Front wheel drive.
The front wheel drive.
Because at the time, you first get in, and I came out, man. The way I joined the military, I was like, man, I'm done with this place. Boom, gone.
Yeah.
I just packed my bags and go.
Yeah, same.
So I got to Japan with just with whatever clothes that I had from basic and a few pants, and then that's it. It was like, So then I got a loan from the bank. They do that. They take out your check and stuff like that, and it was like $2,000. I got an Integra, and I was like, I had all these plans for it, everything, man. I was like, cool, I'm gonna do this. Man, that car lasted about 2 weeks. I let my friend borrow the car, and he said he slipped on ice. He ran into a guardrail, and the radiator was done. But mind you, that didn't stop me. I drove that Integra all winter with no radiator fluid.
Yeah,
because it got me from the
because you go from dorm and start going like right when you get to that you get to that shit, man. Most people do that shit. I remember that. Were you there when the chick drove? She was driving her car with the e-brake on for like 2 weeks, and then like she was driving from. I think you were still here when we were going to the what's the place by the golf course where you go eat?
Oh,
Rockies, whatever it's called. We were going there in the car. Remember, the car was like backed up. Yeah, she was driving. I found out why. It was like she drove from. She was driving from North Base to Wichita with the e-brake on, and the brakes caught on fire. So like that catch on fire, the brake fluids and catch on fire next, and it burst into flames. And it was from the rear, so the gas tank blew up or whatever, man. So like man, that's not the first time. Actually, she had the e-brake on, but it was front wheel drive. And because the snow was out there, it was dragging it across the ice. So she had like a sled, man. So man, that's you seen your like since you've been here, but your cars, man. I know like you keep like your cars clean and everything. Then you see like then I know you sell a car and do like stuff to it or like you had a Soarer too, right?
I had at first I had the Integra that lasted 2 weeks. Of course, still drove it. And then I had a Prelude. Oh yeah. And I had a Prelude. And
which body style?
The
tank, the
slant eyes.
Okay, yeah. That one. After.
I had that one. It of course wouldn't stick, but I just had to get a car. I got it for a good price. I said whatever, I'll take it. And then after that, I got married, and then my wife, she bought me. I saw it. She's like, yeah, you want, this car S15? I was like, I would like an S15. I was like, at the time, S15s are like $18,000, $18,000 to $20,000. I was like, and then the time came down, like reality, like after I got married, like the third time, because I couldn't break down and say, yo, I'm good. It was like the first time I was like, nah, changed my mind. But besides all that, she I seen a car sitting out actually on not Airport Road, but the main road, the one next to the pachinko parlor, the Pikachu pachinko or whatever. But man, it was a car out there. It had a price tag for $800. It was a Gloria. Okay. Y32, I think VG30, same engine as the
300ZX.
300ZX, but non-turbo.
Yes.
But they do make a turbo version.
Single turbo, yeah.
So got that, and then hooked it up and did all the thing, and made my whole page on, was it Car Domain? I think it was. Yeah.
That's Car Domain. Car Domain, MySpace.
Yeah.
That's before it's before Instagram.
I did that. Yeah.
The worst layout ever. Like it's like.
Yep.
Yeah, mine is still up somewhere, but so like, you got that one, then the Gloria, then you got the so that's when the Gloria is when you start kind of start doing I
start doing the heavy modding, start doing the wide wheels, the 3Ps and junction, and my boy RC Rob, which I actually go visit him from time to time. He's all over the world, so he's just retired, but he was really, really big into VIP parts. And actually, a lot of dudes on the West Coast that got started with all the VIP stuff. He was like
one of the first.
He was the guys that was supplying a lot of the cool parts to them. At the time, and the whole UFC 30 will fit on this and this. And,
like for speaking on that, man, because that's a big like it's like everybody dudes will get like a something 4-door, slam it, put wheels on it. And I mean, is that VIP or is that like, I mean, because there's different. Then you see the ones where the guys got the molded doors. They got the stat, they got the fixed, they got the air, and it's like there seem like they're the people. There's a mix up in what's really VIP.
Well,
on
Japan,
Japanese standard,
the Japanese side, Japanese are hardcore when it comes to VIP. If you had air around the scene, or like anything that'll drop down, like they're like, he's cheating, he got air. No, these guys roll 50K, was it like, I think it was like 50K springs, 55K springs on these sedans, and they'll be stiff. I'm talking about stiff, and those are the hardcore Oni camber, which is called Demon camber. Extreme, those guys are like really, really extreme. Those guys are like the VIP guys. But there's people, I'm like kind of, I'm not hardcore, but I'm just kind of in that because I can't afford, well, I can't afford, but I don't want to be buying tires every month.
Because
any VIP car you see will have brand new tires on them, because you'll see the tags on them all the time.
So hopefully they give them to their drift buddies, because they can like kind of like flip them over. And actually, they rotate them, right?
I just flipped mine, man. Because I remember the one time I was like, yo, DJ. I was like, yo, I'm in Kyoto, man. I was like, man, let me check my tires. So I looked at my tires, and I got a 2-hour drive back home. And I look, and I'm already showing belt, or like not belt, but cord. I'm like, I'm like, let me see if I'll make it back. I made it back, but the second set that I got after DJ sent me some tires. And you got like mine, like compared to the minor camber.
Because then I heard I remember I was looking up and they were saying like the reason why they were doing a slant. I guess it was something like 8. You said it was like Yakuza or whatever started it kind of, or
I don't know about that, but I know a lot of the guys for the fender tuck for the because they didn't want to get pulled over by the cops and stuff like
so
that. Because that tire sticking out, they'll hit you for JCI, give you a $2,000.
It's coming up here, man. Since you like it's been a few cars riding around here that got me. They're like full up sideways and everything. So it's definitely spreading. The sports car scene is not, it's hit or miss up here. And then even like you notice if you go down, if you've been in Tokyo, you don't see a lot of, because they get harassed. If they go down, so you think you guys would be hanging on a Roppongi, but they stay away from there.
It's crazy down there. In Tokyo and actually Osaka. Osaka, they will harass you like if you're like in it, because now they have this new thing. I just read in the Japanese paper, this new thing that they're cracking down on smoke glass. Like me, I got smoke glass, but they're starting to crack down on all that stuff. And then the drifting in I think it was USJ parking lot.
So they're not. You seen my post about maybe 2 weeks ago. I shared it from Kumu page, but they're not. And the Mike, chimed in. He was like, they just doing it. They do it every year, but they were like, they're really, really, really cracking down on like any mods and stuff like that. So it's like a lot of guys when they see the videos. I was one of those guys when I came here to see the option videos. And it looked like Japan was like Wild West. And then when you get here, you realize you got 2 years shock in. You got to reset the car back. Money. And then the dudes who got the crazy stuff, like I know, it's been real. They know somebody who, and
it was like me. Like there was a shady place over here that my Prelude it definitely wasn't gonna pass. But
Yeah.
just hand them some cash. And
Yeah, well, it probably is either done or they got, because then if you look in the shop and they know they got the yellow tags, each yellow tag is a violation. So like a few shops that were like that, I know probably one of you talking about. They if they don't do sports cars at all, and if they pull a car in there and look at it, they'll do the smell test. Like, nah, get it out of here. Yes. They don't mess around, man. Because if they get one more tag, they're done.
They're done,
man. They can't do JCI. They can do well, there's some parts of the test they can do at their place. If you're just a shop like me, I don't do any of that stuff because I don't want to. I can take it down there. I use their facilities. But if you have some parts of the test in your shop, and you get
the license,
you get the, and it's a tax write off too.
That's why.
Yeah, so I can get a tax write off on the receipts, but they get a tax write off, a bigger deduction, and everything, man. So
it's crazy, man, because people think, oh, I could do this, do that. I was like, nah, man. It's like, yo, when that 2 years come, it's time to demod.
That V8. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I got to do. So I mean, before I sell that, I mean, so I'm gonna do that. That's why I was gonna change the arms and everything, but I'm gonna leave it. I mean, the engine and everything will be in there. I'll do the 2-piece drive shaft. I got a 1-piece for it, and that way it'll go through the JCI, and that'll increase the value. Plus, it'll say 1UZ on a title. So that they want to do that, so they'll pay extra for that. If they want to do it themselves, then just V8 it up. But
it ain't cheap too.
It's about $3,000.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's cool to have. Because I did see like Majestas with like 2Js and all sorts of crazy mods. Yeah. But that's a sedan version. That's like the VIP
those are easy because the stock engine was 4.0.
Yeah.
So the 2J is 3.0. So like you don't have to do any. Okay. Yes. It's just if they change it to manual though.
I did see it because
you got to do the manual paperwork, and they got to pretty much you have to re-JCI. So it's better to do it when your JCI is finished because if you got new JCI, you got to re-JCI. So the inspection counts as they won't do it during the JCI. They don't tell you that, so they'll get the money and everything, man. So
and the VIP scene, man, it really chilled out too because you got all now that it caught on in the States. You have all these. It's just like the race scene. You got all these, non-branded items. Like instead of buying a set of 3-piece works over here that are like they're legit. Yeah. They're like $3,000, and in the States you can get some 3-piece knock or not even 3-piece, but look like 3-piece knockoffs. And you're gonna pay $1,200.
Yeah, that's why we talked about it. That's why I got out the game. I mean,
the wheel game.
The wheel stuff is like I was making a lot of money on it. Now it's just like it overnight. And Kruber, I mean, now being inside the business, you study the market. We will talk about that a little bit. Studying the market, and like I don't have money in it, but I can see the trends. And when Kruber took over, I knew straight because they allow the guys out there that don't know you can pretty much go up garage now and order to your door. Yeah. So now also up garage now I can't get parts in Japan anymore. Like up garage, what they're doing is they notice all the sales from overseas. So now they're not shipping. So like it's been I sent my wife like 3 links to order something. It's like they won't deliver no more.
Because I know before you used to order to the shop.
Yeah. So now if it's a small item, they'll ship it. But if it's a big item, now they're getting the money from So it's changed the market. So now it's like up garage is not even I don't even look at them no more because I'll see a pair. I can't get a pair of over fenders.
Wow.
They won't ship over fenders no more from Saitama to here because they're saying they won't do it. But they gave my wife a BS excuse. I knew why, because they want to make the money on the international shipping.
Yeah.
And the parts and everything. So
let me know because I got an up garage in Fukuyama.
Yeah. So I mean that's what I've been doing for some stuff I really want that I know they've been shipping it forever, and then overnight they just stopped. They just stopped. So I got a radiator, for example, that came in no problem. It's a radiator, but it's not it was only like 9,000 yen too. So the market changed, and with them, they put if you go to up garage now, you notice the splash screen where it says like,
I haven't been over there for a while.
Yeah. If you go online, it says like if you looking to sell, you got to agree not to sell. Like you're sell.
Oh, hold up, man.
You're resell. So they're reselling.
It's like GameStop telling you, "Hey, man, we're gonna sell you this game.
Yeah,
but you can't sell it to your buddy."
Yeah, man. That's pretty crazy, man. So like, I mean, kind of like segueing on that, man, because we was talking on it. We was talking about the market and everything, and like I said, we talk a bunch about it. For the guys out there watching or anything, like say like you want to get into stocks or investing, like what's like I guess one of the best ways to get started? What's any websites you got or any tips for guys getting in it?
Definitely, man. Use YouTube, man, as a tool, man. You know, yeah, it's cool to watch cat videos, but or fail videos, but use it as a tool. Like learn, like just don't stay on like one particular person. Like search around and get it, because that's me. I started, I think when I was in the military. I think I was like 21. I started on stocks, and then before that, before I joined the military, there was this Vietnamese guy. And he always had this paper, and he was like, I was like, man, what are you looking at? All them numbers on the paper. He's like, oh, just stock market. I'm like, what's stock market? I'm like,
that's a Korean voice.
I was like, what? He's like, yeah, stock market. I was like, man, let me see. He's like, yeah, you buy this.
The daily.
Yeah. This was before the whole internet,
online NASDAQ.
Yeah, this is when I was 17, because I worked at actually I started work when I was 14, but I lied about my age. I worked at a maintenance and engineering shop, and that's where I learned how to weld.
Yeah. I remember you talking about
and electrical and all that good stuff. But I saw that and started from there, and then slowly about 22, 21, I started investing, and I was like, this is cool. But of course, everybody gets burned. There's no investor that can say that, you know, they never got burned. But it's a good lesson, because it calibrates you and it brings you back to reality. Say, hey, this is not all 100% gains. You know,
right.
There is risk in this. But yeah, started there. But the app that I use, I started with Share Builder. That was my first started one. Then I started with TD Ameritrade. Right. But an easy app to get started would be an app like, if you don't know anything about stocks or anything, and you don't want to deal with picking stocks, Acorn's one. Acorn will siphon $2, $3 out of your purchases. So say like if I bought this bottle of this Pinku style water,
coming soon to a theater near you,
and then say this bottle of water costs $1.50, it would take 50 cents and round it. Yes, we got we keep going.
We keep going.
All right, but it'll take 50 cents and it'll put it towards your stock, or it's towards your ETF. A ETF is basically it's one ticker with a lot of good companies in it, and what it'll do is take 50 cents and apply it towards that. And over time, when you buy 20 bottles of this, you know, and it takes that 50 cent.
So do you, like, speaking of that, when you do your investments, are you investing in things that you buy, that you like? I mean, if you like, for example, if you got iPhone or whatever, would you do stock in Apple?
No, I used to do it like that, but I look at products like what do people use? People use, you know, what's not gonna go on tomorrow. We'll say like there's a company I bought. It's like Kraft,
like fidget spinners.
Well, no. Say like Kraft Foods, man. Like Kraft makes everything, macaroni and cheese and all that. So that company went down. So I picked it up off the bottom. The thing is timing. Everything in stocks is timing. But Acorn's one where you can just pick what is your aggressive or not aggressive, stuff like that. It's just basically a slider, and then it picks all the stocks for you. Real easy to get started. Acorns. Another one is Stash. Stash investing, which is, instead of stashes, I call that stocks that I can't afford, like Berkshire Hathaway. It's like $235,000 per share. So if I can afford that, you can buy fractions of that stock. So I could put $5 or $10, $15 over time. That's
what I was going to ask you. So like to get started initially, how much does somebody need to get? Like
$5.
$5.
$5 to start.
We all got $5. I mean, shit, I spent $5. Yeah. You know,
$5.
I spent. Yeah, you can spend that easy, man. So like that's why, you know, it's like even you. I was like, man, I kept saying like I would get into it. I got my VA stuff now, so I'm definitely about to, like, for sure. Like, for all the sites we just talked about, guys, I'm going to get with them offline and just put some of those links down there so you don't have to remember that. So they'll be down there. I'm going to hit them up too and just get started, man, because, like, you just got to get started.
And people don't realize, they go, oh, man, I'm going to put my money in the bank. Well, the rate of inflation in the U.S. is about 2% to 2.2%. So your money in your bank account is, I think the highest bank account is it's like 1.7% or whatever, 1%. It's basically your interest rate on the account.
Right.
So you're not going to gain more than what the economy, the inflation rate is.
Yeah.
So you're actually losing money if you keep it in an account. You can put that money into a dividend stock. Say, like, instead of going out and buying the new J's, like, yeah, I want to buy the new J's.
$280.
Yeah, $280.
Remember, that's $5.
Yeah. Instead of spending $280 on a pair of shoes, why don't you just buy Nike stock, which is like $70-something, and every 3 months they give you a kickback per share, so they give you a good interest rate.
Yeah, you just get Air Force Ones as well. It's still like $120 now.
I don't know. I buy Skechers, man.
Shit, man. I've been in Japan about 10 years, man, and probably collective. And my wife actually buys me a set every birthday. So I get some of those, and then, like, I got Crocs. I'm about to buy stocking Crocs, man.
Yeah.
I'm about to make some steel toe Crocs actually coming out. Man. So I already called it. So if you see somebody doing it, I got those Pinku style steel toe Crocs when you want to do work, but you want to chill too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you can load the pods and everything. Like, and also, man, how was the because everybody's blowing up about the cryptocurrency, man. How was that?
Crypto, man. Crypto is the Wild West. Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna. Yeah. No. No comment.
Yeah.
Taxes.
But it is.
But that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's that new thing where technology outpaced the law. So now they're racing to make. So now I just found out you can actually pay taxes in certain states.
That's definitely cool, the market and everything. I'm definitely going to get into it, and definitely for myself. I mean, with the business going the way it is, I was thinking I needed, like, I thought I needed, like, $200, $400, $500 to get started. You're talking about $5, man. So I definitely I can manage that. I mean, I'm doing decent enough to manage that. Yeah. And most everybody, if you got a cell phone, if you got an internet connection, that's all everybody watching this, you can do it. Like, I mean, just. That's the biggest thing with the business, man. And also kind of going way back to the beginning, like I said, introduce you and everything. The reason why, my business here is going so well was because I had you and we worked together in the truck. For the guys that don't know, not getting too much into it because it's classified a little bit. We did GPS systems on F-16s. And then between working on F-16s, we had like a good amount of time sitting in the truck watching, videos and talking business, man. And we always like kind of talked about, because you were the first person I told, actually.
Yeah.
You were the first person. Well, you and Mike I mentioned too, and I think we were watching like Roadkill. We watching Roadkill all the time, and then that channel is all kind of whacked now with the.
It's all sponsored up. It's a good, like, those are some good guys and stuff, but. It was like Roadkill we used to watch because they were like of the people. Backyard.
Man. So, but the reason why I guess you see the idea was because like when I mentioned it to you, you was like, yeah, you were like pretty much like, cool, man, do it. Like versus other people, man, when you tell them stuff like that, they'll be like, well, nah, man, you can't, pessimistic.
Yeah.
And you were never like that. Like you were never, but man. You were like, at the same time, you were like, oh, watch out for this and watch out for that. Like you were here for a little bit longer than I was. So you had people down there at the the bars and stuff, and I mean I know you were talking about doing stuff too, and it's like you see the trends and the how many times people done renamed down there and moved, because they just go in and open up, and anybody can run a business I think for 2 months, but then what?
Because they just get the money, and they're like, the cash register, let me close up shop.
So that's unless you got a lot of money, and eventually you're gonna burn through it if you're not making any money. Like I told you that day, man, I did my half year, actually from not even half year. What was June is what? Half year. So from January 1 to it was about June like 12th. I did the math, man, in oils, rags, towels, gloves, like very essential stuff. I spent $54,000.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
$54,000, man. Like and just to in consumables, and that's not even half the year's not even done. So imagine another 6 months what it's going to be. I mean, there's some things that could change versus like buying. Because I talked to a few guys, versus buying like 4 or 5 or 12 cans of brake clean, I can go on Amazon and get 50 for like whatever. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna start. So little stuff like that I can fix myself. But I mean, really, I'm not wasting money anyway. I'm not like buying stuff and then it's just that's the stuff I need to operate.
Yeah, it's just you barely like a house.
People they don't see that, man. They just see like, and they wonder why does it cost this. I'm like. I don't have to go into detail. Why? It's like I'm telling you how much it costs. You can afford it or you can't. That's it. I don't owe you. I mean, only explanation I owe you is what I'm going to do, and at the end of the job, like I don't owe you an explanation on how I'm going to go about doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
Dude, I remember when we were in the, because you had the idea like way out. And then it was like, all right, cool. And then, of course, we lost the contract and stuff. And you were still on. I was off, which is kind of cool because I got like a vacation.
Yeah.
But I told you before I left because I was going to go to the States. And I was like, yo, man, if I get this job, I'm going to be back. I'm going to hook you up.
Yeah. And that's why you said it, man, and you did it, man. And that's why, like, I definitely want to have you on here, man, because my thing, I stay to myself, man. I really don't. I'm careful about who I accept help from because most people have that help with that back door. Like they're gonna get stuff or whatever. And like you've been understanding, and like all the guys that I did take the loans from been understanding, and you knew that it wasn't like a give it in and like get it right back. Like so you knew that.
Yeah, it's like my money back. Like in 2 months. Like
it's like,
I remember I was like, he was like, yo, I was sending like at first I was like, man. The damn bank's gonna shut me down, man. Cause I was sending like $2,000, $3,000, at a time. It's like,
and it was like the friend stuff.
The friend stuff with like no fee. It was like, oh man, that was so ghetto. Oh,
yeah. Then I think the last one, man, is like I got a tab. I got my tab. It's like the K truck, which that's paid dividends, like $300, man. Yeah. That you sent me for that.
And you're like, yo, I want this.
And I was like, I didn't have it. And the dude was like trying to get rid of it right now. And that thing has made me so much like money, man, taking stuff here and picking stuff up. And I took the LS1 down to Sendai in it, set it in the back of the truck, and everybody's looking at me crazy. I had the LS1 turned around with the manifolds and everything coming off. But yeah, man, it's like that's why I was very appreciative of that, man, because you seen what I could do. I mean, just by talk, everybody could talk shit, man, but I don't know if you've seen something. You seen my prior work or the videos, and like people knew that I was gonna make it happen, and that's what keeps me going, man. It's the guys who invested.
Even before like when you were working out the garage, it was
you
like
see it, man.
it was like DJ come work like this.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yo. He's like, all right, cool. We're gonna load these. Yeah, I'm gonna have. All right, cool. Don't worry, I got it. Yeah. And I was like, yo, what'd you do? Oh man, I just put the engine in and tranny in and put all. I was like, yo, wasn't that car just like a part like?
Yeah, that was
like
doing,
it was like 2 days ago. It's like, yeah, got an event this week. I was like, man, you're wild, dude. So that right there, I knew person who has dedication to what they do, straight up. I'm a very straight up person, just like you. Give it to you raw and uncut because I don't want it any other way, And
it kills like later. It kills what's going to happen later on if you don't do that. You know what I mean?
It's like, oh, I thought you. It's like, no, I told you straight up. This is exactly what it was. And you have to. And the thing about it is, we come from, of course, an older generation. The newer generations,
and
a lot of them don't like hearing that.
I'm Baltimore. You're Cleveland. They're not like the nicest places. It's like they're not kumbaya spots, man. You got to have thick skin. You got to be kind of quick with it. And you got to hustle and do things, man. And like you say, you were 14 working somewhere where they thought you were 17. Is like. I mean,
I didn't care. It was $1, and the thing about it is sometimes you got to do that. What's the consequences of me being 14 and then catch me? What did it say? You're fired. It's like
you're still making money.
I'm still making money. I got education out of how to weld, how to do electrical, how to do fabrication, everything. So there's risk. Now, do you want to be 14 and go rob a bank?
No. You got
exactly.
That's what the biggest answer I tell people, man, is risk and everything. Even my wife, Japanese style. Like I told some guys here, the Japanese man. they have to feel like it's a 95% chance that it'll be successful.
Yeah.
Before they dive in, like I mean, with here, man, I gave the dude $5,000. I was like, I got a month to make rent. You know what I'm saying? That was before I even took the small loan from you. It was like I had, you know, and the thing about it, people they started responding, so I knew it was gonna work. But it, you know, it went up and down, and then it'll be like, you know, a month or so I won't have any got. But that's when the parts. Yeah. So like even still, it's like that's when you revert to like the other stuff. And I think the reason why I think it's doing well is because I've seen other people here make a lot of mistakes, and the reason why is because they try to do the buddy thing, man, and they. Yep. As soon as they get their friend, that friend stuff and that club stuff, that's when you don't have respect, and then that's when, you know, because even people who I don't do that, and they still try to come at you like, well, can I drop it off this? I'm like, no, dude, actually, Yellow Hat, when you go to Yellow Hat, you're going to go there between 10 and whatever, and that's it. You're not going to drop it off the day before, the night before, so why would you do that with my shop?
I think it's like the Fast and the Furious Toretto buddy club. We go barbecue in the back. Yeah. I was like, nah, man, I got work.
Yeah, I get
like,
that.
That's all movie magic.
Man. So that's what I mean, like, it was good, but having yourself and to bounce that stuff off of, it was like reassuring, and it was like, yeah, you know, because I mean, I would have did it anyway, but when you got somebody saying like, you know, being supportive, but at the same time being like, hey man, you know, we were talked about, you know, definitely going the first 3 to 5 years are going to suck.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, look, man, it's 3 years and actually what 3.5 years, and I'm already moving to a bigger building. Yep. Like that's, you know, proof in the pudding, man.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's
that's gonna be nasty. It was that new shop is gonna be nasty.
The grinding all my space, and then from the flip side, you got your projects. I got more connections, so. It's like it's not only me benefiting. That's why it's hard to get people to see, because they see the trucks, they see all this stuff, but they don't see, like, I'm like, yeah, man, the more I get, the more I can provide, the more I can give to others as well. Yeah, I'm making money, but at the same time, I can do more. I got more space. I got shipping now. Like we talked about.
Yeah. There's gonna be some moves being made in the future.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, I had that talk with him yesterday, and I'm definitely gonna start moving in that direction. I got the funds. I got plenty of funds for it, and there's definitely a lot of stuff that's gonna be coming in the future. Yeah, so I tell guys that too, man. It's definitely. I mean, for the guys that hit me up, I mean, I get a lot of guys who want to do business, but at the same time, I'm gonna do business with inside out. Like I'm gonna work with people I know already. You know, that way, if you're going into something, I think something like you don't know. I mean, yeah, of course, you don't know anything about them. There's a risk. You don't know their mannerisms. You don't know their timeline. When I say I'm gonna do something, like even the day I said I was gonna be at 8:30, then I had the kids and I was there like 8:40 or whatever. Yeah, it's cool.
So it's like, yeah, man. So it's like, you know what I mean. Most guys will just show up at 9, like, yeah, I was like, they're 20 minutes late. Don't even give it, not an excuse, but like, hey man, I said I was gonna be at 8:30, but most people you can't account. Like you say, when you send me a request, I hit up my guy instant from you to my guy. Then I'm waiting for him. He gets back to me. I get back to you, and it's just like everybody got shit to do. Everybody's busy, man. And that's why I run it that way. So I mean, the guys who want to do business, but they're like half like on their end, it's like I'm not doing business with somebody who's can't give me the money. Exactly. And then I'm waiting on. I got to pay this guy. So we can do business out there, guys, but you got to come straight, and you got to know it's going to cost you. You ain't getting no homie hookups and shit, man.
Yeah,
everybody got to make money. Yeah. So I mean, of course, the rates can be adjusted based on the amount of the volume. That's natural. I mean, that's naturally. The more you buy, the more pieces you buy, the cheaper it is. If you buy two shirts, it's going to cost you the price. If you buy 100 shirts, is going to be
exactly.
So that's business, man. It's the volume. So
and the same thing with the t-shirts. I've been real.
This is my guy too, by the way.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I know I haven't been putting out shirts.
No.
But it was because the new job I have. We just got the contract renewed. Everything's looking sweet. Little pay bump, So now I'm gonna get back on it. But my main thing was giving quality out, because I was testing and I was like, I don't like that. I don't want to put out garbage, and then the customer comes back and say, hey, my shirt's flaking after 2 washes. I say, hey DJ, here goes the test run. Go ahead and test these out. Go ahead and put them through his paces. But I just came back from Thailand 3 weeks ago. Actually 2 weeks ago, and I was around there, and I was looking at the type of styles that they use. Like their car scene is everybody in Asia has their own little different car scene, and I liked a lot of their stuff. So I want to kind of infuse some of their style into Pinku style a little bit. Give a little flair, but also I want to give better quality shirts. I want to get the stitch shirts, so that instead of it's kind of like that with the Bridge Moto jumpsuit, and I kind of want to go there and get some hats and stuff like that. Yeah. But that's later on down the road. Now I have time. Now I don't have to worry about it.
But no, man, that's why I like you, and that's why we do the, because it's like you took, that's why I actually went there and said, no, I went down there for business, but like I did some pleasure stuff on the side. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But it's like you went from Japan to there to do that, and then it's people in this Masawa who I've thought were like business minded. And I gave an opportunity to meet me here at my shop or meet me at my new shop, whatever. Oh man, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I'm like, dude, you don't want it, dude. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. And then when I do that, it's like, you know what, man? I'm not even gonna hit you up no more. So when you hit me back up, hey man, I'm like, that's 3 months ago. I already got that sorted. I got the partner already. Yeah. Sorry, you know what I'm saying? So like you're going over there and doing it, and that's why again, it was if I had somebody, well, I mean, I still would have did it, but if I would have had somebody who was like, nah, man, you can't do that, maybe I would have had that little doubt, like maybe I can't really do it. But you was like, yeah, man, you definitely got the skills. You just got to get the equity up and, break in. And now it's 3 years. So now I can actually go for the big loans because I got 3 years on the books. Yeah, because in Japan, it's like, yo, I want a $50,000 or $80,000 loan. They're going to like, show me it, what have you done? Prove yourself, And also that because the personal loans are not counted as bank loans, that's not seen. So it's still paying it back. So it's it's still out of pocket eventually. But when I told them, I sat down with them, and they were like, so how did you start? I was like, my money. Yeah, exactly. And they were like, what? Like, huh? He was like, huh? Yeah. He's like, no Yakuza? I'm like, nah. It's like, I had Yakuza, man. I had LED lights and shit everywhere, man. But a bar in the back. So yeah, that blew him away, man. That there was out of pocket money, because I guess that's just not a thing in Japan. Yeah, it's not. It's not a thing, man. It's either that or your family has a buttload of money. Yeah, so. My landlord is one of those guys he's talking about. He's his dad owned the company, and nothing against. I mean, hopefully, if my sons want to get into cars, and when I'm getting to the point where we well off, and I want to pass it down to them, that's cool. I work for it, but they're gonna have is a different type. They're gonna learn their shit, learn how to be respectful and stuff, and do their own, and be self-going, and not just waiting for that hand. Yeah, waiting for that. Because we didn't have that. Yeah, it's like that. Here goes the keys to the shop. It's like, huh? It's like, you're gonna build an engine first. Go ahead, do some engine pulls. Give you some ginger snaps. But yeah, man, we didn't come from that, man. So that's you see the grind in the market and everything. That's why it was, it was a good thing, man. And then also when the Cubic thing happened, I think it was because honestly, it was good. I think honestly, if Cubic didn't go nowhere, its odds are kind of likely, man. We would probably still be there, man. Yeah, it was comfortable. It was chill. Yeah, we knew our job. Yeah. It was Monday to Friday. I mean, for the most part, yeah. Yeah, it was cool. And then we got some free. Well, I won't say free, but some extra toolboxes. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was DRMO stuff. Yeah, it was legally being thrown away. Yeah. Look at this, going in the trash, and we was like, yo, shit, man. Actually, anybody who been to my shop, they noticed the whole all my toolboxes are 14th. Yeah, they're all I'm not paying a Snap-on box for free. I remember, man, we used to go garbage picking out the school. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I got the carts. I got, man, dollies, everything, man. So they just need some caster wheels on it. But man, that was a, a few of us has moved on from there and doing better, man. Oh, so, yeah. I think everybody who's left after that has been, you see, Joel, Mike, who else? Me, you, everybody's moved up. I think that was kind of the barrier. And then we just broke through the barrier and was like, all right. It was a good thing, man, because we went through, actually before that, it was 2 furloughs. Mm-hmm. And then, it was everybody was looking for putting in, and that was man, and that's actually the second one. that's when I was like, dude, I'm about to start my shop, man.
Yeah.
Because we kind of knew we were.
Yeah, we was like, all right, cool. I was like,
we kind of knew we were gonna lose the contract.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you were like already getting tired of being in the truck.
Yeah. I was done, and I already had my move planned. I'm always planned out, and I had a couple $1,000s saved up on the side.
Yeah.
And at the time, I got a divorce and everything. So put it this way: you're in a foreign country, you get a divorce, you move out, and you buy all new furniture for your house.
Then you were in there for like what, 3 months? And
3 months,
you got the new
and then
job.
you're like, yo, I got put out on in December. I knew I was done, which I didn't really care. But on New Year's Day, where everybody's over here popping bottles and stuff, I'm over here moving my whole house in the little mini car, the Play-O, the $600 Play-O with the
girl,
with the sexy girl on the gas tank. Yeah, runs off women. No, but I was moving out on New Year's, and I moved back. I told the ex, I was like, yo, can I keep my stuff here? You know, she's like, cool. And me and her are very, very cool. We have a very, very cool
mutual break, it seems. Yeah.
And we're still cool to this day. And she's like, all right. So 3 months is going. My tourist visa was up. I was like, all right, cool. Let me shoot to the States. What do you know? I'm landing in Tokyo. I get jobs. I get 4 jobs at the same time that hit me up in the same day.
Yeah.
It was the GS job. It was the job out in New York for computers.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I didn't take that because taxes are ridiculous, and I'll be making less. Then it was Shenega, which I'm currently working for now. I'm an armed guard translator, so Japanese, English, whatever, you know. And it's really, really cool. Shenega treat me well, man. They hooked me up, and man, I should have made that move a long time ago. But it is what it is. Yeah. So that, and then some other job out in Texas, you know. Actually, it was an aircraft company out in.
Because I mean, you got the thing about Ohio. It's like you got. I mean, with your background, did you have A&P or you?
No, I didn't have A&P, but I could just go take the test because I already got the.
Yeah. So I mean, you got the thing about it, like you could easily go in UAE, Abu Dhabi, all that stuff, but it's like strategic, like the positioning. Which again, like I said, I was watching the dude over Valuetainment, and I watch a lot of his videos when I'm working, and like, dude, it's just like I watch it for validation because there's a lot of stuff that you say you got to do to be successful. I'm already doing it, and a few things like one thing he was like saying like attitude, and I mean I'm very militant, but I was like, yeah, man, I can kind of like. Just a little bit throttled back because I be kind of hard on dudes who already know my system. Yeah. But they'll sometimes get too relaxed, and I'm like, hey man, no, it's like this. But like and then like I did a house call last week, for a guy who was a good customer. Mm-hmm. He was leaving out, and I just took my tuning gear there. I planned it within a route. So and he was appreciative of it because I was like, I don't want to have him bring the car back here, and no tags on it, and then go back. Yeah. So I was like, risking. I can do stuff where I can do it, but then that's at my discretion, not when somebody wants it. But kind of going back, man, you mentioned like the being out of work and stuff like that. The cool thing about it, man, is like the whole time you were out, like you like at least when I seen you, like you smiling, man, optimistic. It was around the holidays, which sucked. Yeah. It was like December.
It was Christmas. It was from Christmas
when you got let go from Cubic. Right?
Yeah. Because the first was the end contract and Cubic was so cool. Because it's not Cubic's fault. It's the company that took over that actually underbid.
The reason why I left. Yeah.
And that's a lot of people left. Yeah. But Cubic hooked me up, and Cubic said, "Yo, since you were with us for 8 years, whatever, we're gonna extend your ID card so you can have time to
do your thing."
Yeah, to get ready. So Cubic, I give big ups for Cubic, and their stock is CUB. That company's great. They did nothing but good stuff for me. So
yeah. So but again, it was just like because it's easy it's very easy in that situation, man. To be like fuck this and fuck that and. The world, like you never had like you were like man, you was like cool, like now I got that's done. So it's like again it released. It was kind of like all right, you're free to go about because again it was decent work. We were cool, but the you did all that. You got on. You already had the resume done. You already kind of knew it was going to go down. So while you still at work, you were already doing the next stuff. And that's the thing, man. It's like life. I mean, dude. No matter how much money you got, no matter how good things is going, I tell guys, it's like, dude, this shit's always going to at some point. maybe you got a 10-year run and everything's good and everybody's alive and nobody's dying and stuff like that. But eventually, man, something's gonna happen. Life's gonna happen. Something's gonna break. Something's gonna burn down. It's like you gotta. It's like as long as you're still breathing, you can make it happen, man. And that's why, I was like, because I was like, man, fuck, man. I was like, I was feeling bad for you because I was like, man, I knew what you did for the company, and I was like, man, now he's out, and I was like, so when I went to go see you, man, I was like, I figured he's gonna be like, had to cheer him up. I was like, no, this motherfucker cheering me up.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I was happy. I was like, yo, I'm about to go on a 3-month vacation.
Yeah,
it was cool. Was I was still good, man. I was like, man, let me see. I was like, okay, let me just start off. Let me reevaluate myself. And I already know the type of skills I got. I was actually holding myself back.
Right.
So, which is cool now. And then when I got my new job with the new company like that, man, they picked me up, and it was cool. It's funny that in 6 months, I made more money than what I did in 1 year. With the previous company. So
speaking of that, man, it's like the amount of. Well, a lot of money's been coming in, but again, I'm not with the business is starting. It's not profit because it goes in. So I did the amount out. So the amount out is still over an amount in, which is kind of is good for taxes because it's showing that I'm spending money.
Yeah.
So I'm generating revenue, I'm generating taxes, and I'm spending money at all other companies. So it's like they see that on paper, and that's actually my wife didn't understand. If I'm showing making $10,000 or whatever a month, and I'm only spending $20, that means I'm not. It's not just making money, and that's where some people get screwed up when it's like you can't. It's making and spending because you're helping the market,
you're helping the economy,
and you're profiting from it as well.
Japan it's very big on that. Japan is a country where it's locked in, so. Yeah, they loosened up with some of the regs for coming on board and staying in Japan, but it ain't easy.
Yeah,
it was that whole.
And it costs.
Yeah, it was
Gaijin
like
tax.
I'm gonna stay in Japan. I'm gonna live.
Yeah.
It's like, are you sure?
Yeah, because I pay the tax, man. The tax is about $3,000 or roughly per year for the Gaijin tax. You get paid in increments, or you get paid all at once to be done with it. If you skip it twice, they'll kick your ass out.
Yeah, so and Japan is also a country is. Not what can you do for yourself. It's what can you do for Japan, as the economy. What are you contributing to the economy?
And even that, man, when I went to go talk, I did the 3-year valve and everything. I haven't been audited yet, and I keep the books pretty tight for that. But they were because last season I didn't make as much as the first year and the second year, so they were flipping out, dude. I'm like, dude, I still I'm this is a small number one is I do big shit, but it's still on paper it's a small business in the tax bracket. I'm not I'm not with Lawson's. That's a corporation. That's so you got there's a blue and a white. You probably heard of that. The tax,
corporate tax.
It's like a LLC, which I'm gonna do that soon because you got to have a certain amount. You got to have 10 to 15K in the bank that's not tied up to your paying your rent.
Yeah.
It just gotta be there.
Be there as credit, insurance.
Yeah. So it just gotta be there untouched. And then so I was like, yeah, I don't have that. So he was like, all right, we'll come back when you got that liquid, I guess, Then it's not tied, and meaning that that's not based on my loans and shits and all that stuff too. So you can't if you got that in there and you got loans and they looking at it like that money should be paid out.
Yeah, it's like your net worth, minus.
So they always ask, man. So I use BigCommerce for everything in here that's on here. I do inventory once. So when I put it on the website, that's my inventory. So instead of doing 2 and 2, that's my paperwork right there in that box. You go to the Japanese spots and they got the cabinets with back 1952 books.
Yeah. They got a book stacked to the ceiling.
Man.
If anybody who was in Japan, go to the city office.
Oh man, it smells like library. My shit's all on a hard drive.
The city office doesn't have AC, and I was like, man, why?
And those hot ass chicks in there.
I said, why don't they have AC? It said because the people pay the taxes. So they're like, no, they don't get no AC. I was like, wow. Yeah, that place is like
it's antiquated, man. And even how I try to run mine, it's like they do step 1, step 2, step 3. I just got a fax machine 5 months ago. I had to get a fax machine to talk to Tomei.
Yeah, because it's weird. Japan's
fax over IP, it's not good.
Yeah, Japan is super high tech, and then it's like, yo, You got a fax machine?
Yo,
It's like,
what? Dude, like we're talking to him on email. I mean, I get shit about having guys email me. I'm like, that's just email. So they'll in an email they say, yeah, everything we just talked about, you have to fax us this. And I guess it's because they in their system, I guess, you fax it and they file it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's way too much paper.
I know.
So if you look at I buy about maybe 3 reams of paper a year.
Yeah,
maybe.
It's crazy. Japan it's the most, like I said, clean everything, but yet this country uses so much plastic for wrapping, individual wrapping everything.
Inside of a wrapper.
Inside of a wrapper. Yeah. It's like
inside of a bag.
It's like you're talking about saving, but you got wrappers and wrappers and wrappers. You know? And package Nazis or something. But yeah, man, Japan it's crazy, man. But as for down south, man, the car scene down there, those guys got money, of course. And you got your few guys down there who I noticed tore up cars in the daytime, sitting inside the garage, or like in the driveway. But there is some drifting down there in the mountains. There's some beautiful mountains down there. But of course, that's all illegal street, and the consequences ain't no joke.
So you said and also I remember you mentioned that this is a little bit low car friendly down there.
Yeah, man.
Versus not the mountains.
I went. I think
even this shop, my new shop is just pull in now.
I went because my boy was like, "Yo, man, that's a lot of fender gap." I was like, "Hey, man, I just put RSR spring. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, the springs we put on?
That's supposed to be, it'd be 5 minutes, man. That shit was like 2 hours later.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah.
So then I was like, "Yeah, man, I done lowered it, right?" He's like, "I was like, bro, we don't have lower friendly curbs, like you do down there in."
And static. Yeah.
It was and then I went down there with Dave. He used to be here. He used to have a cambered out car. And then we went to Stance Nation, all that. I was like, man, where's the curves and driveways? Right, everything is flat down there. I'm like, man, no wonder these guys can roll that low. And
you see some dudes bring their own 4x4s. When they get somewhere like sticky, they got to put the wood under there to get like
yeah.
Or they got to make, or they got to do like the 80-point turn.
Yeah.
It's like
it's crazy, man. Like down south, it's a different breed.
Yeah.
From up here.
It just, man, the shipping stuff that I was doing, it's lucrative. It makes money. But I like road tripping, man. My family's good. They they stay with their mom or whatever when they got to do that. But I like going. It's something about driving down. It's something, that area, man. Like you drive in Tokyo, you're on the Tokyo Bridge, nice weather. It's just
beautiful.
Like, it's just, man, it's something about that area. It just gives you energy. Whereas you come back here, it's like just bland. And I mean, it's nice in the summertime. It's nice in Masawa, but there, man, it's like you get that electrical feeling.
Yeah.
It's
like the lights.
Yeah,
and you get the cars.
You're just like, man, I'm in a whole. I'm 8 hours away from all this.
I think it was the whole. Because for me, it goes back to Midnight Club Racing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like,
and you on the one gun,
yeah, man. Because there's this tunnel in Kobe where you can go underneath the city, and it has the exact same thing. I was like, yo, I'm in the video game, man. I was like, go left. Yeah,
I mean, having the 80s techno in there, man. That's like you got it's crazy, man. So like definitely. And then I'm running a one gun loop in a carrier truck because like.
That's wild, man.
Like, so yeah, man. So actually with that one, I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna drive it down to break it in. And then what I'll do is I'll probably take it down on a truck and then like take the truck down, park it at Daiko, and then unload it from there. Okay. And then hit the fucking. What the fuck this guy doing, man? Like it's a race team.
It's crazy,
man. Daiko Futo.
Man, Daiko Futo is like, I went down there and that place is crazy, dude.
My question is, how many times did you go there the first time around? Because I passed that exit and I got fucked.
I went with
you gotta take that.
I can't remember his name. Man, he's gonna kill me, man. He
Steve?
No, Steve. It was Steven. Man, I can't remember his name, but he does vinyl and stuff. I can remember, but he has a shop in the States called Blacktop Graphics, and he does vinyl and stuff. Yeah, he has a Dodge now, but he was down there, and he took me down there with Steve and then a whole clique of people, and man, it was wild because like if you miss that exit, like it's really easy to miss that exit.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And then you gotta go you got to go away
all the way down.
You got to go away, get off, and then come back.
And pay.
Yeah. So I spent I had Quan with me, man. The first time I went there, and we had I scoped out. I had to go for my VA appointment, so I'd already had well, no, he was asleep, man. He's not a road warrior. He went to sleep on me. So, dude, I spent the hour. I spent the whole hour trying to get in there, and I'm like, so I just like, all right, screw this. I went to Shibuya because my appointment was in Shibuya. So I went, Shibuya. I knew if I go to Shibuya, I got to go away, and I can hit it again. And then you just got where it's parking right. You got to go to the right. Yeah. Because if you go straight, it'll send you into the and so then you could be on the outside of the gate, but you can't get inside. You got to go inside. Yeah. And I was trying to. I thought the gate was like, nah, you got to go inside.
It was crazy, man.
And then I got in there, it had the TV. Everybody was already. It was a few cars there. And
what's cool about that place is, you can have. That was the first time I seen the BMW i8.
Man.
Yeah, that was like before. It was like that's when he just got released. I'm like, how the heck does this dude got this car?
Yeah.
But of course, money talks down there.
A lot of money down there.
But what's cool about that? The car guys are cool down there. They're like, yo, yeah. Here goes my Hydra, here goes my hybrid car. Here goes my Lambo. Here goes my rear 180.
And that's like 7 days a week.
Yeah,
it's like every you go down there. I mean, of course, I think for Friday, and then they shut it down at a certain point when it gets
too much.
It's a rest stop. It's actually because then what happens is it turns into out of 50 cars, only like 2 guys. Well, the soda machines get used up, but then they go to the spots, and but they saying like it's not enough for the people who are just passing by.
Yep,
who want to stop somewhere. Yeah. So then everybody knows like you don't go there to sleep. You go there to like see cars.
Yeah, it's like a organized car show. It's like because everybody knows like
that's the spot.
The rules that are not rules, but it's
you don't
like,
no stunting and stuff, and they just pull up. So the night I went there, well, actually I met my guy Charles All-At-Low CZ.
Yeah.
And a few other guys I knew him online for a while, and then we all met that night. Like Rohab, we had Charles down there. We had a bunch of other guys that come through there too. And then we met, and then while we were there, the hiatus with the R35 engine.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's nasty.
He pulled up, but then he pulled up, and we kind of like, we were like cool, but like we weren't fanboying over it. So it's like he was down there for fanboys.
That dude is cool as
dude. He was like, it seemed like he had to pee real bad because he ran in there, and he like kind of threw us like half nut, and then like got out, and he had the Link ECU stuff on it. But yeah, I got an R35 engine and a hiatus.
Yeah. With all race seats in it too. Yeah, it's
so the whole. He stopped through there, and then there was like some Testarossas rolled through there. So I'm like, dude, that was just a Friday. No, that was a Thursday night.
Yeah,
that was a Thursday night.
It's so cool because that place is out in like a little island area. So
I stopped that. So now I mean I go down there because I go to Yokohama. So I go down there like I pass by all the time. So it's like now it's like it's. I'm working too, so I'm not gonna go down there with a truck, and stuff. But yeah, man, it was pretty cool to go down there and see it on video all the time. But you first go down
different.
there.
It's a whole different. And what's cool is like I'm glad I went because it seems like when the 2020 Olympics are coming around and all that. Oh man, it's getting crazy.
It's gonna. Yeah. I wanted to go to I was trying to get my judo black belt and maybe get on a team, but I ain't got time. So like with the then you got
Black Belt Jones.
You got to be Japanese.
Who was it? Black Belt Jones.
But no, man. But yeah, I was thinking about doing a judo thing down there, but it's going to be so many people from. Yeah. Dude, it's going between the Japanese. There's going to be so much support.
It's crazy. Tickets actually got raffled off for that.
So they're already selling tickets.
Yeah, they're raffling. Yeah,
to buildings that not even been built yet.
Yeah, like Japanese are paying thousands. Like these guys, the tickets aren't no joke.
Dude, the judo, and you're not even going. Yeah, it's going to be Japanese, dude. It's going to be everybody Japanese and like one Brazilian flag. And
it's like go Brazil.
Like, they're not even gonna let like you Japanese, like you're not even getting in because it's going to be packed, dude.
Well, they're doing not just Tokyo, but Osaka also, man. They're doing so much construction. Like they're
going to have games in Osaka?
Well, Osaka's there, so you can take a bullet train from Tokyo to Osaka.
I thought everything's going to be in Tokyo.
Yeah, it's going to be in Tokyo, but I think Osaka has like their event too, so it's like around the same time. But I flew into Narita when I came from Thailand, man.
See the construction?
Oh, man. In the new Narita airport, they have a new section that they built on. And when you're walking, I never seen projectors like these projectors were probably $80,000, $100,000 a piece, and they probably had 8 of them on the ceiling. And as you're walking down the hallway, actually I got video, so I'll send that over to you so you can see, so the people can see. But as you're walking down the hallway,
you lost this technology, man. See, so is that you said Narita Airport?
Yeah.
Narita.
It's well, I try to look it up. Get rid of Tom Vu here. Don't be
It's
like
Narita Airport projector.
Yeah, it's Narita Airport. It's the new terminal that they. I don't know what it's exactly called, but as you're walking down the hallway, as you walk, and this is bright in daylight, so I knew these projectors were expensive. They have video playing on the wall, but the video is from top to bottom. So it just looks like when you're walking, there's a whole video scene playing throughout the whole entire wall. Let me see.
That's probably hard to get. It's like not exact or whatever.
No, let's see if I can. Here goes the one video. See, this is the panoramic view. That's as you're getting off the airplane. Look at this big glass window going all.
That's right here. And this one the video we're looking at. That's pretty dope, man.
Dude, and then as you walk down more to the left, when I came down last time, they had a hologramic, or it was like a hologram of a airport lady, and she was greeting you, but you put your hands through her. It was wild.
So they got so they got the then they got the little robots that greet you and stuff like that.
Yeah, the robots are there, but the holograms are the thing, because I think Japan is pushing more towards the high tech side, the real high tech side. Narita is probably it is the best airport I've been in, hands down, man.
And Narita is the one that was built on they just built it out of nothing, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing like in the States when that's like how stuff works, and they built they pretty much just they pumped all the water out and filled it in.
Dredged it. And,
so it's pretty much it's a man-made island, right in the middle of Tokyo. Because Narita is the one that you fly to and you go to Haneda, or Haneda is the one
you go to Narita and then you take the bus to Haneda,
and that connects you to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's pretty. Technology, man. In Japan, I watch a lot of his videos when I'm working, and like, dude, it's just like I watch it for validation, because there's a lot of stuff that you say you got to do to be successful. I'm already doing it, and a few things like one thing he was like saying like attitude. And I mean, I'm very militant, but I was like, yeah, man, I can kind of like just a little bit throttle back, because I be kind of hard on dudes who already know my system.
Yeah,
but they'll sometimes get too relaxed, and I'm like, hey, man, no, it's like this, but like. And then like I did a house call last week, for a guy who was a good customer. He was leaving out, and I just took my tuning gear there. I planned it within a route. So, and he was appreciative of it, because I was like, I don't want to have him bring the car back here and, no tags on it and then go back. So I was like, risking. I can do stuff where I can do it, but then that's at my discretion, not when somebody wants it. But kind of going back, man, you mentioned like the being out of work and stuff like that. The cool thing about it, man, is like the whole time you were out, like you like, at least when I seen you, like you smiling, man, optimistic. It was around the holidays, which sucked. Yeah. It was like December.
It was Christmas. It was from Christmas
when you got let go from Cubic. Right?
Yeah. Because the first was the end contract that, and Cubic was so cool. Because it's not Cubic's fault. It's the company that took over that actually underbid it.
What reason why I left? Yeah,
and that's a lot of people left.
Yeah.
But Cubic hooked me up, and Cubic said, "Yo, since you were with us for 8 years, whatever, we're gonna extend your ID card so you can have time to
do your thing."
Yeah, to get ready. So Cubic, I give big ups for Cubic, and their stock is CUB. That company's great. They did nothing but good stuff for me. So
but again, it was just like, I mean, because it's very easy in that situation, man, to be like, fuck this and fuck that, and the world, like, you never had, like, you were like, man, you was like, cool, like, now I got, that's done. So it's like, again, it was kind of like, all right, you're free to go about, because again, it was decent work, we were cool, but the you did all that, you already had the resume done, you already kind of knew it was going to go down. So while you still at work, you were already doing the next stuff. And that's the thing, man. It's like, life is, I mean, dude, no matter how much money you got, no matter how good things going, I tell guys, it's like, dude, this shit's always going to, at some point, maybe you got a 10-year run and everything's good and everybody's alive and nobody's dying and, you know, stuff like that. But eventually, man, you know, something's going to happen. Life's going to happen. Something's going to break. You know, something's going to burn down. It's like you got to, it's like, as long as you're still breathing, you can make it happen, man. And that's why, like, you know, I was like, because I was like, man, fuck, man. I was like, I was feeling bad for you because I was like, man, I knew what you did for the company. And, you know, I was like, man, you know, now he's out. And I was like, so when I went to go see you, man, I was like, I figured he's going to be like, had to cheer him up. I was like, nah, this motherfucker cheering me up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was happy. I was like, yo, I'm about to go on a 3-month vacation.
Yeah.
It was cool was, you know, I was still good, man. I was like, man, let me see. I was like, okay, let me just start off. Let me reevaluate myself. And, you know, I already know the type of skills I got. I was actually holding myself back.
Right.
So, which is cool now. And then when I got my new job with the new company like that, man, they picked me up and it was cool. It's funny that in 6 months I made more money than what I did in 1 year with the previous company. So
speaking of that, man, it's like the amount of, well, like, I mean, a lot of money's been coming in, but again, you know, I'm not, with the business is starting, it's not profit because it goes in. So like, I did the amount out, so that the amount out is still over an amount in, which is, you know, kind of is good for taxes because it's showing that I'm spending money. Yeah. So I'm generating revenue, I'm generating taxes, and I'm spending money at all other companies. So it's like they see that on paper, and that's actually, my wife didn't understand. Like, if I'm showing making $10,000 or whatever a month, and I'm only spending $20, that means I'm not. It's not just making money, and that's where some people get screwed up when it's like you can't. It's making and spending because you're helping the market,
you're helping the economy,
and you're profiting from it as well.
Japan it's very big on that. Japan is a country where it's locked in, so they loosened up with some of the regs for like coming on board and staying in Japan, but it ain't easy. It was that whole,
it cost.
Yeah, it was
like whole
tax. I'm gonna stay in Japan. I'm gonna live. It's like, are you sure?
Yeah, because I pay the tax, man. The tax is about $3,000 or roughly per year for the gaijin tax. You get paid in increments, or you get paid all at once to be done with it. If you skip it twice, they'll kick your ass out.
Yeah, so and Japan is also a country is not what can you do for yourself. It's what can you do for Japan. You know, as the economy. What are you contributing to the economy?
And even that, man. When I went to go talk, I did the 3-year valve and everything. I haven't been audited yet, and I keep the books pretty tight for that. But like they were like, because like last season I didn't make as much as the first year and the second year, so they were like flipping out, dude. I'm like, dude, I still like, I'm like, this is a small number one is I mean, I do big shit, but it's still on paper it's a small business in the tax bracket. I'm not like in law. I'm not with Lawson's. That's a corporation. That's a so you got there's a blue and a white. You probably heard of that. The tax,
corporate tax.
It's like a LLC, which I'm gonna do that soon because you got to have a certain amount. You got to have 10 to 15K in the bank that's not tied up to like your paying your rent. It just gotta be there.
Be there as credit, like insurance.
Yeah. So it just gotta be there untouched. And then so I was like, yeah, I don't have that. So he was like, all right, we'll come back when you got that liquid, I guess, you know. Then it's not tied, and meaning that that's not based on my loans and shits and all that stuff too. So you can't, if you got that in there and you got loans, and they looking at it like that money should be paid out. Yeah,
it's like your net worth, you know, minus.
So they always ask, man. So I use BigCommerce for everything in here that's on here. I do inventory once. So when I put it on the website, that's my inventory. So instead of doing 2 and 2, that's my paperwork right there in that box. You go to the Japanese spots and they got like the cabinets with back 1952 books.
Yeah. They got a book stacked to the ceiling.
Man.
If anybody who was in Japan, go to the city office.
Oh man, it smells like library.
You know,
my shit's all on a hard drive.
You know, the city office doesn't have AC, and I was like, man, why?
And those hot ass chicks in there.
I said, why don't they have AC? It said because the people pay the taxes, so they're like, no, they don't get no AC. I was like, wow, that place is like,
it's antiquated, man. And even how I try to run mine, it's like that they do step 1, step 2, step 3. I just got a fax machine like 5 months ago. I had to get a fax machine to talk to Tomei.
Yeah, Yeah, because
Like,
it's weird. Japan's
and
high tech.
facts of IP, it's not good.
Yeah, like Japan is like super high tech, and then it's like, yo, you got a fax machine?
Yo,
It's like,
yo,
what?
dude, like we're talking to him on email. I mean, I get shit about having guys email me. I'm like, that's just email. So they'll in an email they say, yeah, everything we just talked about, you have to fax us this. And I guess it's because they in their system, I guess, you fax it and they file it.
Yeah,
Like, dude, that's way too much paper.
I know.
So if you look at I buy about maybe 3 reams of paper a year.
Yeah,
Maybe.
It's crazy. Japan it's the most, like I said, clean everything, but yet this country uses so much plastic for wrapping, individual wrapping everything
inside of a wrapper.
Inside of a wrapper. Yeah. It's like
inside of a bag.
It's like you're talking about saving, but you got wrappers and wrappers and wrappers. You know? And package Nazis or something. But yeah, man, Japan it's crazy, man. But as for down south, man, the car scene down there, those guys got money, of course. And you got your few guys down there who I noticed tore up cars in the daytime, sitting inside the garage, or like in the driveway. But there is some drifting down there in the mountains. There's some beautiful mountains down there. But of course, that's all illegal street, and the consequences ain't no joke.
So you said and also I remember you mentioned that this is a little bit low car friendly down there.
Yeah, man.
Versus not the mountains.
I went. I think
even this shop, my new shop is just pull in now.
I went because my boy was like, "Yo, man, that's a lot of fender gap." I was like, "Hey, man, I just put RSR spring. Remember?
Yeah. Oh,
remember the springs we put on?
That's supposed to, it would be 5 minutes, man. That shit was like 2 hours later.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah.
So then I was like, "Yeah, man, I done lowered it, right?" He's like, "I was like, bro, we don't have lower friendly curbs, like you do down there in."
And static.
Yeah, it was. And then I went down there with Dave. He used to be here. He used to have a cambered out car. And then we went to Stance Nation, all that. I was like, man, where's the curves and driveways? Right, everything is flat down there. I'm like, man, no wonder these guys can roll that low. And
you see some dudes bring their own 4x4s. When they get somewhere like sticky, they got to put the wood under there to get like
yeah.
Or they got to make, or they got to do like the 80-point turn.
Yeah.
It's like
it's crazy, man. Like down south, it's a different breed.
Yeah.
From up here.
It just, man, the shipping stuff that I was doing, it's lucrative, it makes money. But I like road tripping, man. My family's good. They they stay with their mom or whatever when they got to do that. But I like going. It's something about driving down. It's something, that area, man. Like you drive in Tokyo, you're on the Tokyo Bridge, nice weather. It's just
beautiful.
Like, it's just, man, it's something about that area that just gives you energy. Whereas you come back here, it's like just bland. And I mean, it's nice in the summertime. It's nice in Masawa, but there, man, it's like you get that electrical feeling.
Yeah.
It's
like the lights.
Yeah,
and you get the cars.
You're just like, man, I'm in a whole. I'm 8 hours away from all this.
I think it was the whole. Because for me, it goes back to Midnight Club Racing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like,
and you on the one gun,
yeah, man. Because there's this tunnel in Kobe where you can go underneath the city, and it has the exact same thing. I was like, yo, I'm in a video game.
Yeah.
Man. I was like, go left. Yeah.
I mean, having the 80s techno in there, man. That's like you got. It's crazy, man. So like definitely. And then I'm running a one gun loop in a carrier truck because like.
That's wild, man.
Like, so yeah, man. So actually with that one, I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna drive it down to break it in. And then what I'll do is I'll probably take it down on a truck and then like take the truck down, park it at Daiko, and then unload it from there. Okay. And then hit the fucking. What the fuck this guy doing, man? Like it's a race team.
It's crazy,
man. Daiko Futo.
Man, Daiko Futo is like, I went down there and that place is crazy. Dude.
My question is, how many times did you go there the first time around? Because I passed that exit and I got fucked.
I went with
you gotta take that.
I can't remember his name. Man, he's gonna kill me, man. He
Steve?
No, Steve. It was Steven. Man, I can't remember his name, but he does vinyl and stuff. I can remember, but he has a shop in the States called Blacktop Graphics, and he does vinyl and stuff. Yeah, he has a Dodge now, but he was down there, and he took me down there with Steve and then a whole clique of people, and man, it was wild because like if you missed that that exit. Like it's really easy to miss that exit.
Yeah, I did. And then you gotta go away
all the way down.
You gotta go away, get off, and then come back.
And pay.
Yeah. So I spent I had Quan with me, man. The first time I went there, and we had I scoped out. I had to go for my VA appointment, so I'd already had Well, no, he was asleep, man. He's not a road warrior. He went to sleep on me. So, dude, I spent the hour. I spent the whole hour trying to get in there, and I'm like, so I just like, all right, screw this. I went to Shibuya because my appointment was in Shibuya. So I went, Shibuya. I knew if I go to Shibuya, I got to go away, and I can hit it again. And then you just got where it's parking right. You got to go to the right. Yeah. Because if you go straight, it'll send you into the and so then you could be on the outside of the gate, but you can't get inside. You got to go inside. Yeah. And I was trying to. I thought the gate was like, nah, you got to go inside.
It was crazy, man.
And then I got in there, it had the TV. Everybody was already. It was a few cars there. And
what's cool about that place is, you can have. That was the first time I seen the BMW i8. That was like before. It was like that's when he just got released. I'm like, how the heck does this dude got this car? Yeah. But of course, money talks down there. A lot of money down there. But what's cool about that? The car guys are cool down there. They're like, yo, yeah. Here goes my Hydra, Here goes my hybrid car. Here goes my Lambo. Here goes my rear 180.
And that's like 7 days a week.
Yeah,
it's like every you go down there. I mean, of course, I think for Friday, and then they shut it down at a certain point when it gets too much. It's a rest stop. It's actually because then what happens is it turns into out of 50 cars, only like 2 guys. The soda machines get used up, but then they go to the spots, and but they saying like it's not enough for the people who are just passing by.
Yeah,
who want to stop somewhere. Yeah. So then everybody knows like you don't go there to sleep. You go there to like see cars.
Yeah, it's like a organized car show. It's like because everybody knows like
that's the spot.
The rules that are not rules, but it's
you don't
like,
no stunting and stuff, and they just pull up. So the night I went there, actually I met my guy Charles All-Low CZ.
Yeah.
And a few other guys I met. I knew him online for a while, and then we all met that night. Like Rohab, we had Charles down there. We had a bunch of other guys that come through there too. And then we met, and then while we were there, the hiatus with the R35 engine.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's nasty.
He pulled up, but then he pulled up, and we kind of like, we were like cool, but like we weren't fanboying over it. So it's like he was down there for fanboys.
That dude is cool as
dude. He was like, it seemed like he had to pee real bad because he ran in there, and he like kind of threw us like half nut, and then like got out, and he had the Link ECU stuff on it. But yeah, I got an R35 engine and a hiatus.
Yeah. With all race seats in it too. Yeah, it's so
he stopped through there, and then there was like some Testarossas rolled through there. So I'm like, dude, that was just a Friday. No, that was a Thursday night.
Yeah,
that was a Thursday night.
It's so cool because that place is out in like a little island area. So
I stopped that. So now I mean I go down there because I go to Yokohama. So I go down there like I pass by all the time. So it's like now it's like it's. I'm working too, so I'm not gonna go down there with a truck, and stuff. But yeah, man, it was pretty cool to go down there and see it on video all the time. But you first go down
different.
there.
It's a whole different. And what's cool is like I'm glad I went because it seems like when the 2020 Olympics are coming around and all that. Oh man, it's getting crazy.
It's gonna. Yeah. I wanted to go to I was trying to get my judo black belt and maybe get on a team, but I ain't got time. So like with the then you got
Black Belt Jones.
You got to be Japanese.
Who was it? Black Belt Jones.
But no, man. But yeah, I was thinking about doing a judo thing down there, but it's going to be so many people from. Yeah. Dude, it's going between the Japanese. There's going to be so much support.
It's crazy. Tickets actually got raffled off for that.
So they're already selling tickets.
Yeah, they're raffling. Yeah,
to buildings that not even been built yet.
Yeah, like Japanese are paying thousands. Like these guys, the tickets aren't no joke.
Dude, the judo, and you're not even going. Yeah, it's going to be Japanese, dude. It's going to be everybody Japanese and like one Brazilian flag. And
it's like go Brazil.
Like, they're not even gonna let like you're Japanese, like you're not even getting in because it's going to be packed, dude.
Well, they're doing not just Tokyo, but Osaka also, man. They're doing so much construction. Like they're
going to have games in Osaka?
Well, Osaka's there, so you can take a bullet train from Tokyo to Osaka.
I thought everything's going to be in Tokyo.
Yeah, it's going to be in Tokyo, but I think Osaka has like their event too, so it's like around the same time. But I flew into Narita when I came from Thailand, man.
See the construction?
Oh, man. In the new Narita airport, they have a new section that they built on. And when you're walking, I never seen projectors like these projectors were probably $80,000, $100,000 a piece, and they probably had 8 of them on the ceiling. And as you're walking down the hallway, actually I got video, so I'll send that over to you so you can see, so the people can see. But as you're walking down the hallway,
you lost this technology, man. See what we do. So is that you said Narita Airport?
Yeah.
Narita.
It's well, I try to look it up. Get rid of Tom Vu here. Don't be
It's
like
Narita Airport projector.
Yeah, it's Narita Airport. It's the new terminal that they. I don't know what it's exactly called, but as you're walking down the hallway, as you walk, and this is bright in daylight, so I knew these projectors were expensive. They have video playing on the wall, but the video is from top to bottom. So it just looks like when you're walking, there's a whole video scene playing throughout the whole entire wall. Let's see.
That's probably hard to get. It's like not exact or whatever.
No, let's see if I can. Here goes the one video. See, this is the panoramic view. That's as you're getting off the airplane. Look at this big glass window going all.
That's right here. And this one the video we're looking at. That's pretty dope, man.
Dude, and then as you walk down more to the left, when I came down last time, they had a hologramic, or it was like a hologram of a airport lady, and she was greeting you, but you put your hands through her. It was wild.
So they got so they got the then they got the little robots that greet you and stuff like that.
Yeah, the robots are there, but the holograms are the thing, because I think Japan is pushing more towards the high tech side, the real high tech side. Narita is probably it is the best airport I've been in. Hands down, man.
And Narita is the one that was built on they just built it out of nothing, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing like in the States when they like how stuff works, and they built they pretty much just they pumped all the water out and filled it in.
Dredged it. And,
so it's pretty much it's a man-made island, right in the middle of Tokyo. Because Narita is the one that you fly to and you go to Haneda, or Haneda is the one
you go to Narita and then you take the bus to Haneda,
and that connects you to here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's pretty. Technology, man. And so the Jap distinguish it just in case electrical fire. You know, the ABCD.
Yeah.
They didn't have
so they couldn't run it.
They couldn't run it because they couldn't. If it caught on fire,
somebody got fired.
They couldn't pay it out. Well, no, that wasn't there. That was the team fault for not. They built the car, but they didn't check the regs.
Wow.
Yeah, like when you build a car, you gotta check. You can't show up at F1 with a Dodge Dart.
I was like, yo, I'm
get that shit out of here.
I'm gonna run this.
Like it's not even legal, but so the regs. So that's why I ain't been competing, man. Cause like 2015, my car is like that's prehistoric now, man. I mean, it's still a solid car, but we gonna put a 4-barrel in there, the inline 6 4-liter. RB is cool, but again, I want to push that.
Yeah.
It's been out there. I posted it. You know, it can't be too secretive, but I'm working on it right now to be the first guy in Japan. If somebody else out there want to do it, you know, by all means. But you know, I was talking about it first. You know, nobody else is doing it, so that's my thing. I'm trying to bring here, man. Is like the first. So definitely look out on Yahoo, man, because like that's definitely how I'm gonna come into like a R35 or something like that.
Yeah, like
something a little bit wrecked.
Yeah, that's R35. So now, like, I have 3 cars, and I talked to DJ about them, and you know, I have that 35 I love, and I can get it. But the problem with me is I'm making money right now, and if I buy the 35, I'm gonna lose money because that's not gonna make me money. Yeah, it's gonna make me happy, but it's not gonna make me money right now. But I have 3 good cars. You know, I don't know. Should I go with the Stagia with the R34 front, which you already have a Stagia?
That can be
R34 front. Horsepower, I ain't gonna say what it is because it's gonna be something stupid. Should I go with a Supra? Not the new one, but the old one. Or should I go with 35? 32's nice. Everybody has them. It's cool, but I love the 35. I love the sound. The 34, that car right now is so expensive. It's like I think it ranges between
it's not
60.
going down.
It's like $60,000 to $100,000.
Yeah, you can get a Fukushima version for like.
yeah. Good, with the extra radioactive Godzilla juice in there.
For a year, then your skin start peeling.
Yeah. My car is killing me.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get maybe if she got cancer, it's free chemo.
It's got some baked potatoes in the back seat.
But people think, I go to Japan and buy me a 34. It's like, nah, you're looking at 60 to 100 grand.
Yeah, you can. One of my customers that had a white one come through, and he they number one, it even sold different. Like a 32 is like, I would ever buy it. They wouldn't. They thought he was going to resell it, so they made him. They wouldn't. He didn't want the JCI. He wanted to just get it and put it in his garage. But they made him. They was like, if you don't get the JCI, once you even get it from, you can do whatever you want. But they made him get the JCI policy. They already factored into that. The reason why they already factored into that topic, because most guys, they want to buy it and put it on the road. So they really grilled him like, dude, I got the money. And he said, he was right. I got the money. You want the money? And it was like pretty much no, unless you do this.
Yeah, because they know that car. And like I said, man, there's gonna be there's a lot of cars in Japan that have, like, people don't even know about, like, the Stagia, that runs
pretty much is a Skyline wagon.
Yeah, Skyline wagon with the RB in
like
it.
the early one is the it's R33 pretty much, and then the later one is like R34.
Yeah, and then you got
is a wagon.
I think Greg, you had on here Greg. He used to have a Cresta. I think it was a Cresta.
Yeah, the Cresta.
Yeah, Cresta is a good car. What else is?
Actually, got outside one is outside the one outside is a Cresta, the JZX90. Yeah, JZX90. So it's a lot of like what's that one car that we found that one day they had the VGs like the it's a Nissan.
The Extra has the SR20 in it.
Well, that's all. Yeah, it's sitting on back.
Yeah, it's Ricky. Yeah,
the engine's out there. The car is gone. The truck is gone. But what was that one? It was that one Nissan that had a VG in it, and
VG30.
Yeah, it was VG30, and I never. It was.
It was. No,
we found it. We were looking for cars one day, and it was like it was a weird name, and it was a 4-door, and but you never seen it. You never. Man, it'll come to me later. But it's a Nissan, and it had a VG30 in it.
Not Torino, is it?
No, man. I forgot the damn name of that goddamn car, man. But we were talking about it because it was like nobody. Yeah. You don't see him.
Yeah.
And it's a 4-door Nissan with a VG30. I'll find out later, but that car was on there. So many cars, man. Like then you got the Gran Turismo, the taxi cab one. Some of them got the V8 in it.
Yeah. The Century also. Yeah. I think.
Right, I shipped one of those. I shipped the Century.
Century's a mafia car.
1990. Yeah, dude. It was 1990, car. And everything was power.
Yep. Yeah, what's crazy is Japan was so ahead of its time. Even when you have the DR. The DR30 with the navigation paper. Was it paper?
Yeah, the paper. Yeah, the paper in there.
You had to put paper in it for navigation.
Yeah, I drove the Century, man, and I was like, dude, like, first time, like, everything, the little side glass was, everything was electric. The seats were electric. Like, all of the...
Yep.
It was like, dude, they were way. It's like, again, technology advance and still fax machine. Like it's like going back to that, man. They got it, man. Like they definitely over. Like I think the Z31 was actually ahead of his time. The 3000 GT was ahead of his time.
Yeah,
and they're underrated
cars.
Yeah. A little bit of electrical gremlins.
The Supra, of course, was way before its time.
A lot of cars were ahead of their time, man. As far as the technology available at that time, and then now, like the reason why I do single turbo on the RB26 and 2Js is because back then they didn't have big turbos that spooled as quick. So you get rid of all that crap, and then you put a single turbo in there, 4 bolts off.
One big boy.
Yeah, and that one I did the 497.9 horsepower. Last week with
I think I saw that on the dyno. Yeah,
so the only reason we stopped it there because the head gasket was standard. So we like, look, man, I can push that boost up one more and that one more boost. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That'll be the last.
Exactly.
Before you hear that clink, 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 clink. Time to take this.
Even still, you're doing a dyno. It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Even though you do it on the tow road anyway, but it's like something about being still and you hear that
still
engine. You hear the engine revving up. It's like. Man,
I think it's nasty, especially when people are drifting down at MSP.
Yeah.
Like if you've been down there long enough, like, you know a Toyota sound. Like when that Toyota comes towards you, it's quiet and it just sounds angry, man. Like, is this all you got? You know. But man, that engine is nasty. That car was out because I heard it on the dyno. I was like, oh, it's going. Gonna push it. Nah, I'm gonna have to hold the brakes this time. We'll come back later. Yeah. You know.
Oh, the second one.
Yeah.
And that's just a experience, man. It's like that. It's always that, like that when you're at the track, man. It's like when you be like, you know, you should shut it down, and at one more lap is when normally everybody wrecks because you already know something's wrong with the car, or something the engine's not doing.
Push it to the limit.
That's when I wrecked my 13, man. That was because I was going too fast when I wrecked out the mountain that one day when I just got the job at Cubic. I was like, fuck, man.
I remember.
That was like the second week. Yeah.
He called me. It's like 1 a.m, 2 a.m. He's like, yo, I wrecked my car. I was like, where? He's like,
up
so
in the mountains.
It's like,
yeah.
Get rid of it.
Get
it out or something.
The cool thing about it was, you know, what you call him, you know, he knew he'd been in that situation before. Yeah. So I was surprised everybody was actually real chill about it.
Yeah.
You know, if that was any other job, like Duncan Dennis is like, well, you fired.
That was like some Black Ops.
Yeah, because we got that out of there. We got that out of there and back to the garage by 12 the next morning.
Yeah, that was a straight Osama mission right there, man.
But that was. I mean, even that, man. That was like, you know, you were like, cool, man. We'll handle it.
Yeah.
And everything. That was just start working there. So I was like, that wasn't a good look, man, because they could have been like, this fucking guy's a loser.
It was just like, he called me. I was, yo, fucking car. All right, get rid of it.
Yeah. That day I started pulling stickers off of it and shit, and luckily it was a perfect wreck because it was like you have to walk over to the edge. Look down there. Yeah. I mean, you drive all day, it'd be down there, and there was actually some other stuff. Like I threw the bumper in the abyss. Yeah. It's like flinging that shit in the darkness.
It's crazy.
I left the plate there. So I had to go back and get it before, because they had seen that plate, they would have knew something happened.
Evidence, you know.
The plate was smashed in the. It was the car. It was bad, man. Right. So I retired that night.
Yeah, and then it was like back in the garage building a new one. Like,
yeah, man. It's shit. I had the other car. I had the other one.
You swapped them out. You swapped all the parts out on the one.
Yeah, I swapped. Yeah. It was a perfect because it just smashed the It just smashed the core a little bit, the intercooler and the headlights, but the hood. That hood is the same one.
Yeah, the D-Max. Right?
Yeah, the same one from. They got a little bit folded up, but it was the same. Was actually really bad now because it got warped from 3 years of sitting in that sun. But it's the same. It somehow the headlight was smashed in, but the real fiber.
Yeah,
it was a real hood, man. So it just survived that and everything. But yeah, man, it was
crazy.
I was driving with anger that night. Definitely don't do that. It was some D1 stuff I was mad about or whatever, and partially my fault, and then partially the way that it goes. So with that, man, like I said, I was mentioning I'm going to be driving the Goonside Tollgate event. So hopefully the building stuff works out, and I gotta sell some. I want to make the event, man, because that's a big. Again, Masao was cool, but
down south, man. It's like Hollywood, man.
That's what when I went to Tsukuba that one time, man. Like I displayed that Subaru.
Yeah,
it's like I gained so many
dude,
extra
it's crazy,
buddies.
Man.
Up here is cool, but it ain't where it's at, man.
It was like, let's say, and when you come in the game down there, it's like, yo,
there's the big leagues.
Yeah, it's like you got to come with respect. You know, it was, as a matter of fact, I was just that movie was on the first Fast and Furious. I was just I was in Thailand. And I'm over here and it's playing like on this movie channel. He's like, yeah. The dude says, I don't want no money. I want to earn your respect.
Yeah.
I was like, well, it was pretty much like that down. Like, you got to come down there with something crazy. So you come down there with something crazy.
I mean, the Subaru, they were like, what the fuck is that? It's like I was parked next to 35 and everybody was crowded around the Subaru. And then there was people down there scoffing like, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
And you know, they're a black guy. So he's like, well, they only drag race.
Yeah, and then
Straight, that's it. So then I can't do. I wish I recorded the reactions when I came out that first lap. I came back and it was like, oh, because I was fucking firstly, car wise, I was in the first group because the credentials, because they looked at the stuff, so they put me in the fastest group. But that car, honestly, even with the skills, it was a stock EJ, it was stock turbo. They were
pushing it, dude.
I mean, no, they were. I was looking like they. I went to the guy and we looked at each other. He's like, yeah. I was like, move. He's like, height, yeah. You got to move down to, because I was a liability because it was 35s and the Lotuses and they were like, and I'm trying to keep up, and it's like it's just a different level of car. But skill wise, I mean, then I went down to the next group, and then I was passing it, and there was only one group down, which they still were fast cars, but weren't as fast drivers. So the next time I go back, the cappuccino, I'll take it, and I'm gonna terrorize the motherfuckers, dude.
Oh my god,
dude, power weight ratio.
I tell you what, boy, I'm looking at that thing, and I'm just looking at it right now. I'm like, I tell you what, you better put a cross on. I'm
gonna have a roll cage for the roll cage.
You know, for your radiator reservoir.
The downforce front wing is gonna have to be like extremely big to keep it. You ain't lying. Because it'll definitely do wheelies. Yeah. So
your, bottle man for your radiator should be it should be holy water.
Let's get this shit blessed. Yeah, man. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be we moved to a new shop and everything. I'll get that done. The guys are there that saying it's not gonna happen. Definitely just stand back and watch. And I'll link all of you haters out there so you can see it in motion. Then you'll be like, you'll hate on the next build. The one thing about that, man, is it's simple math. And all I did was I measured the engine I used the W58 because it's weaker, but it's shorter. If I use the R154, then
you gotta start moving.
I mean, pretty much the engine, the transmission will connect directly to the diff, which you can't do. I mean, so like the drive shaft as it stands, the drive shaft doing the measurements, and I'll do some customization to the diff. The drive shaft's only gonna be about 13 inches. It's gonna be put it in and then bolt. It's gonna slide it in the transmission and then slide it back and bolt it to the diff. That's it. Go. It's gonna be straight like power. This big. Yeah.
No loss of power.
Yeah, no loss. So there's gonna be like the little U joint flexing and shit. And
that's gonna be wild. I'm looking at that car like I said. Man. I always loved the cappuccino too.
Yeah.
I love the I like the cappuccino
It's weird that you fit in it.
We're talking about
I sat in a customer car and I was like, dude, I can fit in this. Because it's like it's small, but it's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird. It's like a capsule.
It's like K car. It's like I'm like, man, I ain't gonna fit in that K car. And the first time I sat one, I'm like, man, there's all this room. I was like, wow. like that. What's that meme? That dude, wow.
Yeah. Well, when it's like,
it's like, yo, man, I was mind blown. I had to get out the car. It's like, and then I jump back in. And I'm like, where did all this room come from? Yeah. K car is awesome because I bought that Pleo with the sexy girl on the gas tank. Yeah. And then
gas mileage,
dude.
They're actually. I was shocked for the K truck, man. It's only like 600 something. But I pulled the Explorer. Mm-hmm. The Ford Explorer was sunk in the ground. A Kia car, it sunk in the ground. And I backed up and pulled it, and I backed up again. It yanked the car, dude. That's like 4,000 pounds.
I'll tell you, I don't know what they do. Yeah. I don't know what they do with those cars, but those cars are amazing.
660 cc's.
Yeah, those cars are amazing. They're gearing. I don't know what they do.
Yeah, man.
Because in the wintertime, you see these little K cars, and they're just trucking along. Yeah. I'm over here in the damn Sora, drop down to the, I'm like, oh God, dude, I'm just watch. I'm like, I ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Man, the Sora was fun. I actually got that off Ricky.
Oh, the Sora?
Yeah, the Sora.
I didn't know you had a Sora, man.
Yeah, Ricky had the Sora. I had the Y32. We went around driving, did some stuff, and then Ricky got rid of the Sora. I bought it off him to take it off his hands.
I don't know what that thing is now.
And then I sold it. I actually believe this.
We went around base a few times.
Yeah, I sold that car for like $600. I was like, man, I'm done with it. Just because the car came from a shop that was back in the day here. It was was it right here outside the gate. Tomo.
Oh, you're talking about over here?
Yeah.
Wish? No. Wish is a club. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Well, if anybody who has bought a car in Japan, I'm telling you, Japanese are great at a lot of things. They're excellent at a lot of things. But wiring.
They look it'd be looking nice, but then you pull that dash back,
you pull that,
pops up in the face.
It's like, gotcha.
Yeah, it's like a bush, man.
You're over there like Die Hard trying to clip wires. You're like, dude,
you sweating and shit.
Yeah, you're sweating.
Because you cut that one wire and it's like tied into your ignition system and shit.
Because like Japanese color code system is not like, red is hot, black is brown.
They'd be like
it's like
blue,
green with gray stripe, and it's like, man, I did a radio change. I was like, yo, I ain't doing nobody's radio install.
Yeah, blue will be hot. White will be ground.
Yeah. It's wild.
Or the dash stuff. Most cool thing about most of the car stuff though, like Nissan, because they don't document much here, but like the States, like for example, like I gotta do the wiring. So pretty much the wiring to start that engine is 7 wires. So like all the other stuff is a loom, and I'm not using ABS, I'm not using this, so you pretty much depend it to the main. It's like and that's all swaps. It's like the main 7 wires start that engine up, and then if you want, like for example, my check engine light, I gotta wire that in the ground, and then that's Slater shit, man. I don't need a check engine to start. But anyway, like the schematics, and that's why, like, for the car stuff, like the being able to look at schematics and look at stuff where most people like, that's like it's just you provide the same source, you got to put a resistor in it. And that's where the technology for me, the computer stuff, played a factor into doing that stuff, man. So I remember you tell you had a computer in your car.
Yeah I actually ran before
the little Dell.
No, it was actually back in the day when computers and tablets were when they didn't have tablets or nothing like that. I ran it's called a carputer. I was actually running Windows off that thing.
It's like a small basic box.
It basically looked like an amp, like an amplifier with a sliding case with a it was like a small ITX board. It was a little small board, and it had and you slide it in, and basically it looked like an amplifier for a car. And when I start up the car,
you had an inverter.
I had an inverter to 12 volts. No. It had an inverter inside, so I just wired it up to the 12.
Okay.
Yeah,
internal
so
inverter.
it did everything, and then I had a touch screen. It wasn't like the capacitive touchscreen, like
Wacom.
all this nice smooth. It was the plastic on the front. It was before these came out.
Before the bright technology.
Yeah. But I had that, man. I was running Windows, and then I ran it. I was actually playing like Street Fighter and stuff like in the car and stuff like that. But that was way before its time, man. Yeah. And then everybody started putting tablets.
Well, shit, man. I see now. They got the no shit pocket PC. Like it's like a little. Yeah. It's like this big.
It's
it got a VGA or HDMI out and audio in.
Yeah. It's
audio out.
There's a dope company. I can't.
Some guy was doing something on YouTube. He had I watched a little bit of it and I clicked off. It's like the 5 top, like on Amazon, I guess like very central PC, which is pretty much OS and solid state. Yeah,
it's solid state, and people are using micro SD cards. So basically, your Fire Stick or your like Google Stick, it's a PC like that with everything's wireless, Bluetooth and all that, and they have the wireless chip in there. So and what's cool about it is the HDMI connector is the video cord, so you just plug it right into the HDMI and it's done.
Technology, man, is crazy, man. Yeah. Like, back in the day, when I was talking to a buddy, man, I remember like when I built my first 7 gig, it was 6 hard drives, like 6 1.4 gigabyte hard drives, all linked up and scuzzied and I thought that was the shit, man.
Man, I still got a box.
Dude, I got like 32 gigs worth of dump drives just scattered in there.
Scattered, but back in the day it was like, I got it was
the Western Digital. Yeah. The Ghost and
Seagate and all them.
Oh yeah.
Seagate.
You hear the goddamn the platters and the readers hitting the platters when it's about to break.
Oh man, it's wild, man, how far stuff came. That's why people go, oh man, what about that cell phone? I'm like, you want to buy it here?
Yeah. Well, you pushed me because when I met you, I was still running IDE drives. I knew SATA was better, but I was like, it was still running. Then I got now I'm on SATA. I got everything is SATA now.
Just click.
Yeah, it's like I got that. I paid $500 for this one. Again, the specs I can look them up, but it's got 2 video cards. It's like the dude was like, I'm like, dude, I'm only doing YouTube. I'm like, trust me, because they were at the demo. It was already running Ultra. I'm like, good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this for the actually no, take that back. That's gonna be on the podcast. Okay. So I'm gonna buy another PC just to run the when I put the next one, because I want to separate the business PC from the
podcast.
Yeah. Then that I don't even want to do the podcast, and the other one I'll just have a PC over there for that TV is gonna go somewhere in the Witchcom and everything, but Alan gave me that. Well, actually, a customer gave me that one.
Damn.
Yeah, he just we bartered. He knocked about $100 off.
Yeah,
But,
it's a nice. It's a Sonny Bravia too.
Yeah, but
Man, TVs are cheap now.
That's fucking heavy, man. Like
that
one you gave me, man. I looked through that thing, had a big ass capacitor.
Man,
it was like holy shit, man.
More
like that,
power.
Yeah, that thing was like I don't want to touch that shit, man. You probably blow your hand off. Like
yeah, that thing's man. TVs now are cheap too. I just picked up a 65-inch.
Yeah. For
I think it was $600.
Yeah.
And the smart TV whole 9, man. I was like, man, it's a Vizio, but it works, and the panels are, like I said, anybody who buys a TV, the panels are either made by LG or Panasonic, in very small amount.
So what phone? Because I know you go through phones. You had the you had the Google.
I believe it or not,
you got the Google phone at first launch, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I almost bought a new phone 6 months later. Mm-hmm. But the reason I kept this Google phone, this Pixel 3 XL, is because when I travel, I could just switch over to Google Fi. So Google Fi is like the NTT Docomo of Japan. But you go in any country, you land, it says "Welcome to the Philippines."
So, but it's Android based. Right?
Yeah, okay. It's Android based. The specs, they have better ones out there, but I have a SIM card in the States, so when I go to the States. I'll buy a new phone and then put that SIM card in that phone, and it'll be Google Fi. Right now, this is called eSIM. So basically, the SIM card is embedded into the board, but it also has a separate SIM slot, which I'm using NTT Docomo. So I got Docomo, and
you got to switch in the settings or automatically.
Yeah, well, I could just switch it over here. I just go here, hold this, and then I can switch networks. And what's cool about Google Fi is Google has contracts with all these countries, and they run it through VPN. So if you're in China and Google and all that stuff doesn't work in China, you can actually use Google Fi. The network will run through a stateside server, VPN, and come back to you.
What about charges?
Charges are $1 a gig, but it's like I pay $60 a month. But if I don't need to use it, I can just pause it and I don't pay anything. But since I bought 2 phones, and I got like a $700 credit. So I'm using the credit. So basically, I'm not paying for a phone bill. Yeah,
that's just like we said, man. Like, for example, SoftBank is Sprint. They merged. So it's like, and since that merge, I've noticed remember you go to MSP, you used to get nothing. Yeah. Now, but they merged, I guess, like I'm guessing Sprint had more money.
Well, what's happening now is people are paying to piggyback off these other
the bigger
towers. Yeah. So say NTT Docomo works good over there, but SoftBank doesn't. So SoftBank's like, hey, let them use your tower. We'll pay the difference or whatever.
Yeah. So it's now like, everybody's winning.
It's like UQ, B-Mobile, even Line has a SIM card. So they're just piggybacking off the bigger companies. But if you go with a bigger company, they're going to provide you with the service first better because you're going with them. So, yeah, I do pay I think it's like $78 for Docomo, but
but the thing about it for yours, and you're not using it only for cat videos. You're doing work on it.
Dude,
so
I'm all over.
That's the thing, man. Like when we were even on when we were in the truck, man, he's like, man, you always on your phone. Like I got there and before the second go, I've already made $1,200.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that. This ain't no.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy because like me and my boy, he's in Afghanistan right now, and I talk to him all the time. It's crazy how technology is because we're on Xbox and we're talking. He's playing Xbox in Afghanistan, and then he's like
on what kind of network?
On a garbage on a garbage network because his ping is always high. But he probably made more money on his phone than a lot of people.
Yeah, man, it's a tool, man. It's how you use it for the that stuff like that, man. I mean, I actually I was going to get the pocket Wi-Fi thing, but the dude was like, well, it would be pointless because I just got that turned up to 20 gigs. 20 gig is a month, and he's like, so when I go to Tokyo, I would tether. So I would have the phone just plugged in and tethering. Then I would use I got an iPad. My instrument panel is an iPad. So I'll be driving and they like the truck is old, but they'll drive by like this motherfucker got them like touch screeny.
Yeah.
All I did is put it there and put some gum tape on it. And they just think like I've embedded it. Like, so like I got my GPS. Yeah. Because sometimes I don't know what it is, but sometimes the iPad GPS is flawless. Like it doesn't drop.
I haven't had an iPad in a while.
But the GPS in there sometimes depending. So I'll run both because sometimes that would time out, and then the thing wouldn't move, and I'm in some area that I never been in before.
Yeah,
picking up a car, so the iPad one always and it stores. So if it does go in the tunnel, it's already downloaded that data.
Yeah, it's still moving.
So it still will go. So I have both of those running simultaneously because I missed some turns because that timed out on me. Then a dude just like stops. And then it just takes off and it's all the way in Nebraska and some shit when it picks back up.
Yeah, it's like the blue dot just walking all over.
Yeah,
like,
it just going like
drifting all over the place.
Yeah. Motherfucker sideways.
Yeah, I was like, yo, where you going? in Tokyo, that was bad back in the day.
Oh, dude,
because the buildings, the buildings.
It's still kind of bad with the if you're in Tokyo and it's like you're on the road, but you know it's like this is a ground level one. It's like three levels. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? And it's like. So I'm going in a circle and it's like, oh, you got to, and I'm like, oh, I got to be on a street level to do that. What's that right there?
It's Aki. Hey, Aki.
You can take it.
もし、もうちょっとね、多分10分くらいね、電話しますね。はい。
We'll wrap it up here soon.
It's crazy, Aki, man. Aki's wild.
But yeah, man. So it's just, we got a lot of stuff, man. We could it's definitely gonna be anytime you come up here, man. We're gonna get it done. And then also I'm gonna take with this, like we were talking about technology. I can take I got a laptop. I can take this on the road, man. I got a gaming laptop. It's all the way I made it now is it's all like the reason it's zip tied is because I pull the plugs out. And it's all already plugged up together, and you just run I mean, I don't even have to have this. Honestly, this is just it's a nicety because you know when you're gaming, this is your gaming monitor, and then over here is like the actual and everything is all synced. So it's all, I mean, it's all linked, man. With these cables, I can actually get these to go directly into they can plug it there. I will leave this home. I don't need this, but I mean, if I bought it, it's 35 pounds. Like you could do the podcast suitcase. Anyway. Yeah, so I did one from Ibisu, but I took my mics and the guy had his camera plugged directly into the camera.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it was he was using it from he was a comms guy, so he had that.
He got all them extra.
So I was like, I was like, you got fans like phantom power on the camera with battery pack. Like, that shit was.
Those a good company.
So that's definitely I got to invest in because that's from like 2013, and I don't know, it's already starting to. That thing has been around Japan. That thing is served. I paid $500 for it.
Served its time.
It definitely did its time. Actually, I paid less than that, and so I need the 4. I want to get 4K, but I'm not going to shoot in 4K. But it'll push the buffer rate up, so the 1080 will be more sharp because 480. Even the guys who have 4K, they don't display it because it takes longer to edit.
Yeah, it does.
It takes longer to process.
Power.
And nobody watches in 4K.
Yeah, nobody watches.
There's not many people that can
that have 4K panels. The TVs have them. Now they're in Japan's already pushing 8K, which is oh my goodness. It's like
then the gaming guys are like, I got like this, like they're crazy, man.
I'm running of course I game a lot too, so I'll put my Gamertag inside the details below on this, and I play Xbox. But I'm running a 4K monitor with HDR and all that through the Xbox. But it's crazy the editing, the file size of a 4K, and I could just imagine an 8K.
Yeah, even this is only shot this 1080 at the MP4 package. So like the 20 is broken up, so we can do pretty much 4 hours equate to about 8 gigs, which is and it's ultra high HD quality. Then the I didn't know I thought it was like some bullet BS. Alan had a 4K screen.
4K,
and I'm like, dude, like I'm like that, like that's a thing. I'm like, mine is HD and it looks dope. And I was like, bro, you can see like on the ground,
or the pores of people's faces.
On the ground, you can see like the fucking like the cracks.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this is like some crazy stuff, man.
4K. Actually, my drone. I brought it up last time, but you were busy shipping some stuff. My drone films in 4K, and editing that, man, are monster files.
Yeah, because you got that. Actually, that's why I bought that too. Because if I want to, this PC can handle it. This the one we bought 3 years ago from was it Tiger Direct or So and it's still good. It's just aging. Which I mean, a GPU upgrade, which I upgraded once already. another GPU upgrade, which will max it out, and then the RAM. It's like once you do that, I pay $5 for that. So I bought a whole PC with iCore 7 whatever. I'll show you the specs on it in a sec, but it was down at a PC Depot, 500. Go on, straight up. Crazy. I was like, and I went in there like, I'll take it. He was like, no. I'm like, I don't have any questions. Wow. He's like, do you need me to set it? Like, nah, I'm good, man. So I didn't even go into it with that. And then I bought Shinobu's her Witchcom drawers anime. Like she draw those. She just draws, but that was 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. Now, dude, she's good. Then I bought her the tablet, bro, and I was like, oh, this is how you do it. And she's like, I got this.
This. Stand back.
Dude, and like
clutch kicking on.
She was like drawing it like she already was doing it on her phone. So when I bought it, she was just like we bought her the pen natural. And invested in her because now. The reason why is because I'm like, have her draw me some the art. Yeah. So she can now draw that, save it, send it to me, and we're done, man. So like I've invested in her just like you invested into me, and her mom was all cool and everything, man. But yeah, we want to wrap it up, man, because we got some scheduled stuff to do. But again, we could talk forever, kind of going on, man. So let me pick this up right here. Carlos has picked up Street Faction Engineering. This right here is a Z32 to S13, S14 e-brake bracket. So you guys know when you put your e-brake on. The stock bolting configuration of bolt in there, and this allows you to bolt that to the body. This bolts to there, and then the e-brake clips into there. So you can make it yourself, but I mean,
why make it when you're gonna have it done?
Yeah, and it's like it was like $40-something shipped to Japan, man, and it looks cool as hell, adds value to your car, and it's not janky. So normally guys go into home ec or whatever and get the little piece of metal, and like it's not, and this is like it's solid.
That's solid.
So when you're yanking at an e-brake and you got a flimsy ass piece of metal, it's not going to work well. So a good Street Faction guys, they provide me with the wings, which I'm going to get some more. The awesome looking, as you can see, the very looking clean laser CNC with powder coating. Like everything is good here, man. Nice. Really, really nice stuff. So definitely get on the Street Faction. I know, guys, I'm going to hire somebody actually to help me update my web pages because I just got, I do a lot of stuff here. All the stuff you guys see is from the videos, from the editing to I do all my own social media stuff. That's all me. But I gotta definitely get somebody else to carry that load so I can get more content out there and do things. And that's one of the biggest things for me growing into this business is learning how to finding the right people. Like, again, Carlos helped me out a lot, but he got his stuff going on. He did some of the shirt stuff. He did some stickers for me and everything. But it's like finding guys who are when you hit them up, they're ready to respond, man. So you definitely gotta delegate a little bit. It's just. Way too much money to be lost trying to do everything yourself. And I know I've lost business by sometimes not being able to get you some guys in time. But again, I'm a specialty shop, reservation shop, so that's actually part of the business, part of the nature of the beast. Not Jiffy Lube, not Yellow Hat.
10 minutes.
Different kind of thing. I mean, I can change your oil in conjunction with building it, but not just doing oil changes. This is not. I don't make money that way. So anyway, guys out there, this for the new shop, I'm going to do another podcast. And actually, not a podcast. I'm going to do a separate video displaying it. I'm going to take Carlos over there and show him the shop here. But, yeah, the shop is pretty big size. So when you come to my shop now, you don't have to worry about parking on the other side. You can park anywhere you want there. And it's my compound. I mean, you'll have a dedicated spot for customers. But anywhere you park in there will be cool. So it's definitely an upgrade, a lot more to bring, a lot more storage, a lot more things to come. So, again, 3.5 years in, I'm already upgrading. And this is due in part to by the guys out there who share, the guys who support, the real supporters out there. And you guys know who you are. You definitely will be compensated for it, building, because you got options. And I'm not forcing anybody to come here. You come here on your own will. But when you do come here, you're going to come here under my program. And that's just how it's going to be because I can't afford to be losing money, trying to be nice and trying to compensate trying to appease everybody because the way most people want to do it is not the right way, and that's why they come into you anyway because they don't know how to do it. Yeah. So it's done a certain way to do that stuff. So again, guys, Carlos' phone's blowing up with all his contacts. Busy guy, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. He's gonna be back again. It's not. This is the first time, man. He'll be a normal in here, regular in here. So
I'll be back on the track.
We'll be back on here for sure, man. So again, thank you guys for taking time out of your day watching this premiere because I'm gonna premiere it. And premiere is like when they watch it at the same time. So I'll let it encode so it's high quality, and then you press premiere, and it's a new thing on YouTube, so they can watch it at the same time. So it'll be live, and then it'll be live-ish. So anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. It's going to be down. Sign up for Pinku Style. Please subscribe, share it around, and everything. Get the channel to grow. Check out Pinku Style at Spotify, and soon I'll get on iTunes and all that stuff. But for right now, just Spotify and everything. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, and it's going to be Donald and Carlos signing out from Masao Japan Pinku Style. See you guys later.
Definitely. Peace.